who runs the place, T-Roy, the OG on the marquee, Jaybird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City Sports Talk radio show. We're not the Quad City Sports Talk radio show. We are your Quad City Sports Talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn.
Good afternoon, Quad Cities. We are here in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish. I got Bomber to the left of me, Jay to my right, rocking and rolling every single night.
I got Bomber to the left of me.
Oh, that is not the song that I thought of. Bomber to the left of me, Jokers to the right. That's
Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
The song that Ford Fairlane sings in Adventures of Ford Fairlane.
Sorry,
Andrew Dice Clay. Yeah.
You're probably the only one.
I got women to the left of me.
I would love to walk around in his brain for a day.
I got women to the right of me. I got chicks all around me, but I ain't got you.
Wow. It's Thursday, everybody.
He is a singer, everyone.
You got the chance. You should watch the movie Adventures of Ford Fairlane.
I've seen it.
It's a classic.
It's something.
It is a classic. Hit pay dirt with K dirt.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. I forgot about that movie.
This is how we started off, really? This is what we're doing
It's what we're doing. Thursday, 12:01 in the afternoon. It's Thursday,
Slow
March 5th.
sports day. What do you do?
Yeah.
Thursday, March 5th. 2 weeks away from March Madness tipping off. We've got the Arnold Palmer Invitational going on right now.
We already got our 5 for that. 6, I should say. Got Rory, Xander,
yeah.
Abe Answer, because he's the answer, not Iverson. Scott Harrington.
He was doing all right. I peek at the scores.
We got Singh and we got Morikawa.
Sing's not doing very well.
How do you know?
I pay attention to DraftKings. I have a slight, small, large obsession with DraftKings. I need to stay away from anything NBA. That's the new rule that I'm going to do.
NBA's terrible.
I know. I got in some tier 1 that I had no business being in.
Chimba.
I don't like it when it's okay if I don't get in the dollar, if I don't get my money back, getting in the top 50% or whatever else. But when I'm out of the top 50, then I get all angry about everything. Even though I really don't know anything about NBA. So, I mean, I do.
Losing isn't fun.
No, but I try to do a tier. But we have the, and then I get so excited because I see these things on DraftKings that you can get in for like 25 cents and the payout's like crazy. And I'm like, oh my God, this is great. And I get all excited and I put in a lineup and everything. And I waste too much time. When I say waste, it's like 5 minutes. And then I go back later on at night to look at it to be like, did I win $50,000 for a quarter? And then they're like, the games, it says upcoming, it's not live. And I'm like, what do you mean upcoming? I was like, I got in on this is yesterday. And I'm like, I got in on Thursday games? I don't even pay attention. I just get all excited.
I need to get this DraftKings thing. I keep talking about it and I don't do it.
We're doing golf right now. We put in a golf team. And how bad that is, I look back at our lineup and I like this, but there's some other ones. I was like, I'm putting in another lineup with different guys, but some of the same.
Yeah.
That's why I put in another lineup. And I was like, what if I double up and get in the top 25 with these two lineups?
So 50 cents gets you like 100K?
Well, you could, yeah. Well, you have to win. I don't know. You have to get in the details.
Is it like a 40-game parlay?
But this is what you do when you don't have, you're in between baseball and Super Bowl and your March Madness right around the corners. You got to find things to keep your sports interest going.
Yeah.
I mean, really, what do we have? We get to argue. We get to argue about where Tom Brady's going to go and the quarterback domino and all that happens, and we're no different than anyone else.
We can talk about how Hy-Vee's screwing all their employees over and firing
them. They are?
Okay, I don't know why you need to jump right on that.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, you said there's stuff we can talk about.
I haven't heard anything about this.
Or we could talk about the antitrust suit going on with against the NFL and DirecTV for Sunday Ticket, which actually does relate to us, and we will talk about that.
Yeah, well, the Hy-Vee thing relates to us because a lot of our local friends might be losing their jobs because of a.
In the title of the show, it says "Don't Hassle Us, We're Local," and obviously, I didn't see this one coming because we were too busy talking about your GI Joe Jeep when you came in.
I like that
too.
Joe.
But I do. But we have Bomber story as well. But since both stories are local, yes, T-Roy, please tell me about this. What's going on?
I don't have too many details yet, but
hey, don't worry about it. Hy-Vee's not a sponsor of our show. Trust me, they're not going to be.
Yeah.
So
By the way, Hy-Vee, I spend enough with Hy-Vee per week. Hy-Vee can there's a set of things that Hy-Vee can juggle if they don't like it.
Well, I tell you what.
They're right here.
If I don't like
Juggle.
I
like gargle better.
If I don't like this story, I can guarantee you I won't be buying my Bud Light Seltzer variety packs from Hy-Vee then. If I don't like this
I
story,
just spent $40 on a sheet cake at Hy-Vee.
They've been systematically going through and just firing people just to fire them.
Just to fire them?
No, to go through. They're cutting. They're just cuts. People that have been there over 30 years have lost their jobs in the last few days.
What's their reasoning?
They're doing corporate realignment is what they're calling it. But they're coming through at the store level. Like, let's just say if a guy was the back room manager, well, he's gone now. Or he's taking a drastic pay cut. Or if you're, they have departments at Hy-Vee. So you have a person that runs the deli. You have a person that runs,
sure,
produce, canned good area, whatever.
The makeup place, all that stuff, yeah.
All that stuff. The flower shop, everybody. So I have someone that's in charge of each section, and they've either gone through and got rid of these people or given them a pay cut without any warning. Just came in.
Anybody in the higher ups getting?
The management has been management has
warned.
No, there's management that have lost anywhere like the store manager level, like they've been demoted or lost up to like at least $10,000 a year off their pay, some more than that.
Well, something's got to be going on though that we don't
Something's
know.
going on. The rumor is that they're looking to sell out.
Ooh, we're gonna have another Walmart
on the streets.
No, really?
I know, and this is an Iowa company. But I mean, people that have been, Hy-Vee's ran a certain way for the last 50 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been, and this is the first time anything has happened like this. So there's a lot of people that I know that work at Hy-Vee.
Yeah, I know a few.
And thank God that they per se haven't been affected yet. But there's people that they know that I also know that just from conversation, because I used to work in the industry. But you hear about it, and I just hear words from.
What's going on, Hy-Vee?
So let's do the timeline.
But it started 2 weeks ago with store directors, and then this week they've come into the store level.
Let's do the timeline. First week in February, first Monday in February, they stopped doing the 24 hours.
Yep.
It's midnight or 11 to 5.
Yep.
Is when 5 in the morning they open up. They said that nobody's losing their jobs. They said it. I can pull it up. It's on the internet. It's weird. The internet, it saves everything.
Well,
they're by their words. They said no one's losing their jobs, including like anyone that worked at night. They will be going into during the day for more person-to-person interaction. Well, we can actually do the timeline to a year ago
when they lose person-to-person interaction because they're firing.
When they installed 8 different scan your own items.
Oh, I didn't even notice they have those now.
Yeah. So then, all right. So then they said that we're gonna have more person-to-person interaction in the aisles and at thing. You can go there right now, and let's say there's 10 aisles that are manned by people. 4 of them. And I don't care. I'm telling you right now. I go there. I honestly will put my name up there that I go there more than the Hy-Vee in my neighborhood more than anybody on the planet.
There's no more smiles in those aisles either.
Well, you're going to be very happy. I mean, people are either getting pay cuts or getting fired. That's it. Period.
I've noticed that the
no
customers...
one is immune to it.
It has gone downhill though. Like I go there every once in a while. I rarely shop there for everything though because they're so much higher priced than other stores. But they're not as friendly as they always were, and that's kind of what they banked on,
No.
It's because they're getting harassed by corporate dude in Des Moines who knows better than everybody.
Well, I tell you what, I'm a fan of their hibachi. This guy right here.
You go to
Hibachi.
Market Grill?
Yeah, get their hibachi.
I'm not. Market Grill is the dumbest thing they ever did.
I like
their
It's not the same anymore. It's not like
it's
you think.
still stupid.
It was not a good idea.
It's a terrible idea.
Okay.
Listen, the only place that's still good to go to is the Bettendorf one. They still have the Hy-Vee Deli.
Here's Thursday where we fix like all the trouble. Listen.
Well, they lost. They had to lose their butt.
The idea of making a bar in a grocery store to be like, hey fellas, the women can shop and you can watch sports here.
Go to the bar.
It was just I was like,
that's
this
gonna go over like a turd in a punch bowl.
It's exactly what it is.
Hey honey, you walk around with the kids while I sit in here and drink. Yeah. See, that's why you don't have some idiot at the top that can make all the decisions.
They always had good food, though.
I don't try their
Dude,
hibachi.
the deli.
I'm not lying.
Deli
Now
food
I need
was
to go
good.
have their hibachi.
Back in the day, they used to make the meatloaf in one big pan, and then you'd get the
Don't tell me these things. I don't
get
want
the
to know.
grand buffet. You could get two
Oh,
big
good
slices of
good thing.
meatloaf.
Well, I don't like to hear this. I don't
No,
want to see
it's terrible,
because
man.
honestly, if you look at the whole
It's
thing,
bad for
if-
bad for our community.
It's not good for our community. We don't know who's going to buy these things. We have the whole situation where somewhere, like right now, we're 3 Loraxes, and the Onceler lives in Des Moines because they buy up land, they build these things up, they improve on their buildings. They say, and now we're talking about a possibility or the rumor, and I know it's a rumor, but are we going to have empty buildings? And you never want that in your
No.
community.
No.
Ever, never.
And we have empty Kmart on 23rd Avenue. And then, Hy-Vee's not far from it. That's going to be empty. It's just like
Well, I don't know if it's
ghost
shutting
town.
down, but I mean,
But if someone buys it,
I
and they
can't
say we don't
imagine.
need one. We don't
I
need
can't
one.
imagine Hy-Vee
We don't need
going
one-
out of business. That's hard to believe, but
They keep making these decisions. That's exactly
but
what's
yeah,
going to
but
happen.
you're affecting lives, and then
Of course, yeah.
How can they be
rumor
struggling?
is too they're out on social media shutting down anybody that criticizes them too. So I'm gonna test
Shut
that
this
out.
down, Hy-Vee.
I'm gonna Twitter at him and say
See if you get
you guys
blocked.
you
'Cause they
guys
can only
are
block
you
you,
guys
right?
are low rent pieces
rent.
of crap.
I'll troll them.
I hope they don't have like video because I'll tell you what, I'll be there.
Just like that old engineering firm that used to be in town that fired my wife. They got bought out. I'd let them know they were low rent pieces of crap.
on
Get 'em.
Twitter. Did you get him on Twitter?
No, I
Get
called
'em.
them on the phone.
Make sure, and then when you say
This is almost 10 years ago, man.
when you go to
The
Hy-Vee,
IT guys loved me.
when you go to Hy-Vee on Twitter, are you going to end it with "don't at me" or are you going to give it with "at me"? Feel free to at me.
Feel free to at me. What are you gonna do? I spend over $6,000 a week in your store. What are you gonna do?
Hey, we got a phone call. Look at that.
There we go.
Hello.
You're on. Don't hassle us a local. Are you defending Hy-Vee?
All right, let me talk to you.
All right, Browns backer.
I'm telling you right now, I stopped going to Hy-Vee about a month ago,
Okay.
and I hear about, like you guys are saying, that they're firing a bunch of people and giving them pay cuts, and yet they're going in their stores and remodeling
Mm-hmm.
all the stores. That's got to cost something.
Oh, it costs, brother, and they
A lot.
pay a lot for that. They have their own special team. It's White's Construction. I think they're based out of Des Moines, but they travel to anywhere Hy-Vee builds a store and they build it. They have their own special team. I mean, they've expanded stores, you think, and remodeled stores and all that stuff. They do it all the time.
And I wonder how much Quickstar has gotten into them. Based on some of the
Quickstar's
grocery stuff they do.
they've gotten into their pocketbooks. I guarantee it.
I just heard something about them today. How does that relate to Hy-Vee?
Well, the Hy-Vee gas station situation is endangered by Quickstar because they offer a program as well of, like how you get your fuel saver. Well,
Yeah.
they have a program.
And
Something
Quickstar
similar.
actually does groceries and bread, and
Okay.
their bacon is actually really good.
I mean,
So, I
they're
don't know.
popping stuff out of there. That's for a grocery store for a convenience store. It's not bad. And if you can go in there and get your bread and all your milk and stuff cheaper than you can at Hy-Vee, which you can. I mean, your bananas.
Yeah.
When you have a little kid that
But
eats bananas like they're going out of style,
Mhm.
and they're literally 40 cents per pound cheaper at a grocery store or at a convenience store as opposed to your grocery
Yeah,
store.
like a dime. You can get a banana for a dime.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty nuts. But yeah, it's...
So where do you shop at, Browns backer?
I hate to say it, Hy-Vee,
Oh, I thought you said you stopped going there.
but with the last month, I've been going to Fairway.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
So I
Yeah.
mean, they're actually Fairway is closer to where I live, but I always went to Hy-Vee for the convenience of it, and I knew where everything was in the aisles. Now I go in there and I have no idea. I got to ask Mr. Unfriendly,
Yeah.
hey, where's the damn taco sauce?
There's nothing
Come
more
on now.
frustrating as an adult when they rearrange your grocery store.
You know, the thing I look at
That's
with
the
with
word.
like Fairway Browns backers, like Fairway just kind of stuck to the fact, okay, we're just going to be a grocery store. We got some plain white walls. Here's your canned goods. Here's your here's your vegetables and the meats in the back.
That's how they keep
and like
costs
they
down.
never, they
That's how
kept
do
costs
that.
down and
Yeah.
they just kept everything, kind of back in the 50s.
And their checkers throw
Where
their food at you.
You go into Hy-Vee and they've had some freaking some design specialists come in and stain the floors a special color and all this. You know what I mean? It's like,
And put in a Starbucks and all kinds of.
Right.
Yeah, it's not
like-
necessary.
like it's not necessary. It's really not
No,
necessary to go
not
to
at
those
all.
expenses.
We don't care.
And then those expenses get passed on to the customer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all
Yeah,
know it.
and-
It's how it works. And I guarantee you this: if you go down to Lovie, which I call the one on Rockingham, if you go down to Lovie and check their prices on anything and compare it to the one on 53rd, you're going to be shocked, especially when it comes to canned goods. They're going to be 10 times cheaper because they up the prices on the people. They think, oh, this is a rich neighborhood. We're gonna drive the prices up.
Capitalism.
It's incredible.
Well, it's fine, but they do it.
I will end this cake with one thing about your grill that Hy-Vee does rock.
Hey.
I'm out.
Hey, dude, Brown's backer.
He's out.
No, he's not. Never mind. I just found him. Listen, he's on Hot Mic, the app, and I'm on it right now.
Yes.
And I can't find a thing to search for you, but I scrolled down far enough, and I just got it, and now I'm just hitting following right now. So you're on the Hot Mic app, and you're going to be up and running, and it's under. If you go to Hot Mic app, and for those of you who've listened before, know what I'm talking about. For anyone tuning in, though, the Hot Mic is where you can go and you can listen to other people calling certain sporting events if you don't want to hear other announcers, and they put their own spin on it. And Brown's Backer has his own Hot Mic, and it's called the J Crew. So if you go to the Hot Mic app and go to broadcasters, you can start following him, and you'll see that it says listed in Davenport, Iowa, and the teams that he has listed: the Cleveland Browns, WWE, all Chicago sports teams. Are you starting tomorrow?
Actually, here's what's going on. Is tonight at 6 o'clock I have my stream test, and to make sure that my stream's good, my microphones are good, and I'm looking at this weekend calling an XFL game on Sunday to start, and then potentially doing the Elimination Chamber as well.
Great. Is Elimination Chamber this Sunday?
Is this Sunday or next Sunday? I thought it was this Sunday.
I don't know. I'm asking you. I really don't.
I think it's this Sunday.
Okay. All right. So make sure to tag us on anything that you post on social media so that we can share it, remind it, and I'll keep my eye out for that. So I can share it as well. So you do your screen test tonight, and then I want to know what game you're doing on Sunday. I'll try my best to be around. I know my daughter's got volleyball, but I'll try my best to make sure to tune in. So go to Hot Mic app, download it, and follow the J Crew.
Jump at little things.
That'd be awesome. Thanks for the support, guys.
You got it. You take care. Thanks for calling
Thanks,
in.
Brown's Backer.
Yep.
Well, either way, I just wanted to mention it, Jay, just because there's families being, I know it seems like a big word, they're being destroyed because people are losing their jobs and people are getting pay cuts, and it's sad. And I just want to say, hey, we got your back here at Don't Hassle Us or Local. We're gonna
love it.
We'll talk crap. We'll talk crap about this corporate giant.
We got
We're not afraid.
guys.
You got to keep our eyes open, peeled. Bomber yesterday. What happened on What happened in the neighborhood? What's going on?
I'm moving. Apparently, my neighborhood's going to hell in a handbasket.
Oh no!
Take us through the time frame of this. We don't have to take a break for about 8 minutes. So take us through the time frame. You're on your way home yesterday, and there's a Jeep in your drive
in the middle of my street, and we have a 2-lane.
Not my kind of Jeep.
No.
It was a Wrangler.
Okay.
It was a white one, and it's in the middle of the street, literally in the middle of the street. So you can't really go around it, the right or the left. So and it's right in front of my driveway. So it's in the middle of the street like this. And I'm waiting, and I got the kids in the car, so you have to be patient. And I'm waiting, and finally I honk, nothing. Wait a little bit, I honk again. She rolls down her window and starts to lean out and goes, "Really?" And I go, "Really?" I get out of my car. I'm like, "Really?" Like, I'm trying to get into my driveway, lady. So then she pulls around. We get in. She pulls around and parks down the street. And I'm like, she's gonna come. Now she knows where I live. You know what I mean? She's gonna come in or something. No. Within 5 minutes, I get the kids situated and everything like that, so I go about my business. There's 6 cop cars on my street. Like crazy. Like it's going down. The neighbor comes out, and of course I'm eavesdropping because, I have nothing better to do. My kids are doing homework. What am I going to do? I want to go see what's going on. They held him by knife point. My neighbor got held. There's a woman that lives there with her 2 sons. One's 30 and one's 25. The 25-year-old is a creeper. He's always on something, and he's been pacing in front of my house before. Like, you can tell he's tweaking. Like, he's just when he's gone, I just assume he's back in jail. Well, the brother got arrested, so I'm assuming he was in the Jeep with the girl, and he's the one that did it, or he was with friends, and somebody held a knife to his brother's throat. I don't know if he was trying to get money. That's all I could take away from the conversation, but there's 6 cop cars out there. Freaking scary. And then my neighbor lives down the street, the woman I carpool with the kids, and I go down there because I know that, I text her, and she's like, Ava's at home. So I go down and check on her kids. I'm like, lock all your doors. You never know.
Right.
It's freaking scary. And I live in a great neighborhood. I live by the, close to the Moline Library. It's not a...
I'm not familiar with
it's not
that
a dilapidated
area,
neighborhood. It's not Compton.
Yeah, but still, it's you don't ever want that in your neighborhood.
You don't ever see that in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
6 cop cars, and he's like, he held a knife to my throat, and I'm like, what? Yeah, so the girl in the Jeep, maybe I need to be a little bit more careful with who I talk smack to.
Can you carry in Illinois?
Well, I mean, I have a couple pieces in my house. But
You
yeah.
can't carry in your car. You can't.
I don't.
There's no
I have my
concealed
kids.
carry in Illinois, is there?
Yeah, I was just waiting. They're like, maybe they would have. Well, so this is what I think the Jeep was doing. Either they didn't know which house was
They were
his,
the getaway car.
or they were just waiting, or something was going on with all that. I'm sure I'll get the full story.
Well, the fact that you're behind them and they're just not even aware that you're behind them.
Right, in the middle of the street. Weird, right? Suspicious.
Suspicious, all right.
Isn't that crazy, though? That never happens in my neighborhood. This isn't West Davenport.
I was following along on social media. You did a good job.
I had to keep everybody posted. Plus, it was like happening in real time, and I was kind of not excited because that's the wrong word. You don't ever want to be excited about the bad things happening, but it's like cops, like live.
Yeah.
It was cool.
And then she posted this morning, boring neighborhood.
I was
Nothing
like,
going
no
on
drama today, you guys. Stupid regular morning.
All right, we got to take our first break. When we come back in, we're going to have our man James in. He was in January, and going to talk. He's been training for some new things for the Special Olympics that he's in, and I think swimming is a new one. But he's going to catch us up on what he did in the Winter Olympics, what he's been training for. Hopefully, Coach Connie will be in here with him. She's a treat, and they should be here any minute. But we do have to take a break. We'll be right back. Don't hassle us. We're local. Oh, what?
Just keep talking a second.
All right. Don't hassle us. We're local. I can read an ad if you want.
No, I got it, man.
Okay.
And go.
Yeah. All right. What do you...
Turn that up.
Oh, turn it. Sorry.
A true Irish pub.
Oh, you got a special
Now turn
thing,
it
huh?
up.
It's up now. This is...
Bettendorf's favorite pub is celebrating St. Patrick's Day as only a true Irish pub can. Harrington's Pub in Bettendorf has a full day of frolic before, during, and after the March 14th Bi-State Parade. Celebrate all things Irish with complimentary corned beef and cabbage served at noon. Live entertainment on Saturday featuring Jordan Danielson, folk and stages, and everybody's favorite, karaoke. Doors open at 8 a.m. on Saturday. Celebrate St. Patrick's Day at Harrington's Pub on Facebook and behind Cumberland Square, Bettendorf.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
Don't hassle us, we're local.
Get a mic on.
ESPN 1170 AM.
Make your next new or used purchase a slam dunk at Sexton Ford. With a huge selection of new Ford cars and trucks, you'll have the full court press advantage each and every time. You'll be treated like a star from sales to service, auto body to parts. Sexton also has a strong bench of mildly used vehicles, too. Why wait? The game's on at Sexton Ford in Moline.
Oh yeah, Sexton Ford is the talk of the town.
Join the millions of people who will get their flu shot this year. It's the best way to keep yourself and those around you healthy this flu season, and it may be available at no cost to you. The flu shot lowers your chances of getting sick, and it offers the best protection, especially for people at a higher risk of health problems from the flu, like children, older adults, or people who are pregnant or have a chronic illness. Show you care about your friends and family members. Check with your doctor's office or pharmacy to get your flu shot today. Brought to you by Iowa Total Care.
The Will Kane Show.
Joe Judge became head coach of the New York Giants. As I walked up today in the hallways, Mike A gave me that good to see you smile, but it's more like a wince because Nuno was nearby. We weren't really worried about anger so much as hurt feelings.
It was an apologetic look, like you'd see when you know somebody's had a rough day, like, how you holding up, big guy? How you doing, champ?
Wait a minute. We're all about honesty here. No one's like that. We want to see each other miserable. Like, that's what everyone was hoping for, is that I would be miserable, because it would have just been great for the show, right? Like, I would have to produce this show, and on a Monday after Jason Garrett's just sitting here clapping away, and then I can't even speak.
And just out of curiosity, not for any personal interest of mine or Mike A's or Bubba's, how miserable are you?
The Will Kane Show, 2 till 5 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
Roy, who is feeling older every day, and I think this is universal for people in sports, that you sort of can calendar your own age by guys you saw growing up playing when you loved sports, having kids who are now playing sports. But Roy has never felt older than he did during the break when, very sadly, he just said to me, Frank Gore's kid has enrolled at Southern Miss, and it's the first time you can remember an active athlete of any sort having a kid, but it's only because Frank Gore has been in the league 4 yards at a time since 1982.
He's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere.
Why would you when you still get 4 yards?
Frank Gore Jr. is going to put it on the poll, Antonio. Is Frank Gore Jr. going to retire from football sooner than Frank Gore Sr.?
The Dan Levitard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Get your maximum refund and your taxes prepared for half the price with AmeriFile.
I'm Christy, a single mom from Bettendorf. I got tired of paying $250 at H&R Block, so I went to AmeriFile. As advertised, they did my taxes for far less than half the price.
Bring in a copy of last year's tax return done by H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, Liberty Tax, or any other tax preparer, and we will cut your tax prep fees in half, guaranteed.
This year, AmeriFile has the best tax prep deal in town. Save hundreds having your taxes prepared with AmeriFile, and you get free Rudy's Tacos, free Whitey's, free Chick-fil-A, Hungry Hobo, or Fresh Blend Smoothies. Trust AmeriFile's 30 years tax experience to handle any simple or complex tax situation. Remember, this tax season, save hundreds with AmeriFile, the best tax prep deal in town. Free Rudy's Tacos, Whitey's Ice Cream, or Hungry Hobo. AmeriFile Tax Centers, Davenport, Moline, and Clinton. Call 762-8087. That's 762-8087 or AmeriFile.com.
H&R Block is a registered trademark. After price taxes from last year's fees. $75 minimum.
On your way to modern Woodman Park, take us with you. Download the ESPN 1170 app today and never miss a thing.
All right, we're still back here in the Hassle Castle. Haven't gone anywhere. Brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish. This is Don't Hassle So Local on AM 1170, the K-Bob Reno.
All right, back by popular demand. I got my man in studio. Big Game James is here. Last time we had James, you were in studio January 19th, I believe, January 20th, right around there, one of those days. And you had just gotten done with the Winter Special Olympics, right?
Right.
All right, let's, for those who weren't listening then, and for the new listeners, the new fans of Big Game James, tell everybody about what you do with Special Olympics.
In Special Olympics,
Mhm.
I do all sorts of different sports throughout the year. I do cheerleading,
Mhm.
snowshoeing, track and field, bocce ball, shot put, tennis, golf, bowling, swimming, a whole list of different.
God.
Listen to
So
that.
basically, you just do everything.
Yeah.
So if there's an event, you're dictating it. Is that right? Because obviously you're not getting a nickname Big Game James because you're not good.
He's good too.
Okay, so
Yeah.
in the Winter Olympics, you did the snowshoeing. You won gold in your event, and then also in a relay, right?
Yeah.
And that was up in Dubuque.
Right.
Okay.
Snowshoeing?
Yeah.
That's hard.
They look like the tennis rackets on your feet,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
That's hard.
And then you practiced for that with Coach Connie. And where did you guys practice at? This was during the Winter Olympics.
Down at the River's Edge.
Okay.
They let us on the soccer field
Okay.
with our snowshoes.
Oh, right on.
That's cool.
All right, so then, what do we start working on?
I've started working on swimming and cheerleading.
Okay.
So now you're saying you've already competed in the summer or the winter one.
Yeah.
So the summer one's coming up then this
Well, we actually
summer?
got what we call midwinter between.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that includes gymnastics, cheerleading, which he's been doing for a few years, powerlifting,
Oh, wow.
and basketball skills, basketball games, that kind of
So
stuff.
like maybe like a 3-point contest or something like that.
5-point and 6-point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a regular basketball is probably the biggest part. Powerlifting is getting bigger though.
How's how are you doing on your powerlifting?
He hasn't gone yet.
You haven't gone to that one yet?
Are you
He's
nervous?
been doing swimming
Yeah.
and cheerleading, and swimming is later, but cheerleading has taken up. So next year I'm going to get him into power.
Now with the cheerleading, are you guys? Is there any like above head lifts of people going
No.
on, or I mean, none of.
That's a good question.
Yeah, you know.
He does dance.
Okay, I got
so
you.
they do a routine again with 2 dances, and they do it with their team, and they have steps and
Is that
You name it.
is that? And I know we're going a little bit off off the questions I already talked to you about, but I'm asking you about the cheerleading, the dance portion of it. Is that in the midwinter? It is.
Yeah.
What song are you performing to?
We're doing "This Is Us" or "This Is Me" from The Greatest Showman movie.
Okay.
And then we're doing "Homecoming Queen."
Awesome.
So
Okay.
They've got like a routine
Yeah.
that kind of goes together with those two dances.
I think
for
Leah
about
was
2
a
minutes.
homecoming queen, weren't you?
No.
You weren't?
All
You
right.
sure looked like you could have been.
Oh, thanks. What's your favorite, James?
There you go.
What's your favorite to do?
My favorite sport?
Yes.
And probably now has to be swimming.
He just started.
Yeah, you did. I was just gonna say you
Yeah.
just started it, and you were doing that at the Life Fitness Center on Sundays, right?
Yeah.
And so you hadn't started when we talked 2 months ago, and now it's already up to being your favorite.
Yeah, because we had swimming districts competition last Saturday in Muscatine, and I got first place.
Wow! Congratulations.
So now I'm going
So you've been doing it for a month.
Yeah.
And he already got
And you
first
already
place.
got first.
Already got
so,
first place.
You're fish.
So wait, all right, who was the Olympic guy that won all the medals?
Michael Phelps.
Michael Phelps.
So
yes.
you're the next Michael Phelps. I mean,
Watch
basically,
out, Michael Phelps.
I mean, you're already
Remember,
winning
like-
championships in a month. It took him a while.
Yeah, the Dan versus Dan thing in the '92 Olympics, the
Yeah.
decathletes.
Yeah.
Look at that over here.
It qualified him for state games, summer games.
And
which
where's
is
it?
in May.
It's in May.
And that's in Iowa State.
Okay,
Iowa
that's
State University.
okay. And so that was districts. When is the next competition for the midwinter?
That's coming up not this Saturday, but the following Saturday,
Okay.
March 14th.
Okay, and where's that going to be held at?
For the cheerleading.
Okay.
It's going to be in North Liberty, Iowa.
Hey, I have family out there. I love North
Yeah,
Liberty.
that's at the high school, the Liberty.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the only venture in for the March 14th, the
Yeah.
the midwinter ones. Okay,
Yeah.
so you got how many people are on your team?
There's about 15.
15 on your team.
Yeah.
And you guys all have to learn the routine and everything else,
Yeah.
choreograph it. Right
They've
on.
been doing it for, oh my goodness, even while we were doing snowshoeing, they were doing it.
Yeah, okay.
So they've
No.
been doing Monday
You're
practices
busy.
and Thursday.
My
Yeah,
gosh.
he was doing snowshoeing along with cheerleading.
No.
And swimming got in there.
Yeah. Now back to
Oh
the
my God.
swimming. What is there? Are you doing a certain stroke or is it just freestyle?
Freestyle.
Okay.
So just swim fast.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Well, that's
yeah, I bet.
Always the goal.
He's pretty good.
I surf. I channel
The
surf.
thing is, you don't have to
That's what I do
be
for my exercise.
faster than the shark. You just have to be faster than your buddy.
Yeah. With the dad jokes over here.
So who comes up with the choreography, the dance moves for you to these songs?
I have a coach named Cassidy Kramer.
Uh-huh.
And she has started with Pleasant Valley special needs team. And then
Sparkles,
she got
right?
on
Yeah.
to volunteering with the special needs team for
Okay.
the choices.
That's great. So you have for your dance team, you have your own Coach Connie over there.
Yeah.
But she helps you with all the other stuff, and you're still doing on top of this.
Powerlifting.
Yeah, you do the powerlifting.
Believe it or not, for 25 years I did cheerleading. And then my girls got too old, and
Uh-huh.
they said, let's try something else. And I said, well, all we got is basketball and powerlifting. And two of them said, let's try powerlifting. And now I have the largest women's powerlifting team in the state of Iowa.
That's
so what
fantastic.
on the powerlifting? What are they doing?
Bench and deadlift.
Bench and
press
dead.
and
I have a
bench
few
and
friends
deadlift.
that do it. It's they.
Oh, we have a lot of fun.
It's fun to
Well, with
watch.
Eldridge,
It's fun to watch them do it, and they've come a long way. I mean, I
got
see them so
little
small, and
outfits
then it's crazy.
I know I asked
They
this
have
question.
outfits for cheerleading. Yes, they do.
We do, and different props.
Oh, cool.
Wow, there you
What
go.
props do you use?
We're using the ribbons on the sticks, whatever they're called.
Yeah, I know the dancing ribbons that they
Yeah.
twirl.
Oh,
in
the
there.
ones
They're
that Will
not
Ferrell
pom-poms,
used.
they're-
And, yeah.
they're like
I know what
ribbons.
you're talking
I like the way you say it. Ribbons on a stick. Ribbon on a stick. It's, that
Ribbon
works
on
for
it.
me.
It's
Yeah,
like Will
it's
Ferrell
exactly what it
used
is.
in Old School.
Yeah, it works for me.
Dun, 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 dun.
And the things that Coach Connie helps you with, how does Coach Connie, help prepare you and your teammates for competitions?
She encourages us to drink plenty of water and to get adequate rest, and she also tells us to practice outside of the normal routine practices.
Yeah, you add extra time in there, right?
Yeah.
That's how you stay a champion.
Yeah. For like snowshoeing, when there's snow outside, she tells us to put on our snowshoes at home and go out and practice.
Yep.
I was
So
texting
she's a-
them all the time.
So she's a driver. She's a pusher. She doesn't let you get arrested.
Well, these are lessons, though. I mean, once you win the gold medal, which you've won plenty, you got to realize there's somebody out there that's going to try to work 2 times as hard as you so they can be the gold medal. You got to keep working hard.
Keep that eye of the tiger.
Yeah.
What do you do with all your gold medals? Do you have them displayed? Do you have a trophy case? What do you?
I got the thing at home in my bedroom. I don't really know what it's called, but one spot has the different ribbons I've gotten, and then one has gold medals, silver medals, and the bronze medals.
So you got them all displayed and organized.
Yeah,
color coordinated.
Right.
I gotcha.
Not the ribbons.
Right,
There's
the
not
medals.
many of those. Yeah.
How many do you have?
Probably like 30 of them.
Wow, good for you.
Love it.
It's amazing.
And the ribbons.
really
He's like,
tough to
not the
get
ribbons.
medals.
There's
Yeah, there's ribbons.
there's he's just like, there's not that many ribbons. I've got all these medals.
Gold, ribbons are ribbons.
Yeah, he doesn't need to hang out. Yeah.
Well, to get to state, you have to get a blue ribbon somewhere.
Okay.
So any kind of competition that requires a district, you have to get a blue.
The only blue ribbon I ever got was a PBR.
It's not a bad blue ribbon to get, though.
Yeah, no.
So you haven't competed yet in the weightlifting, in the powerlifting?
No.
Not yet. Is there anything else you're looking to add?
The mini javelin.
The mini javelin, okay.
Javelin.
I like that.
That'll be in track and field. Now, is that going to be? Are you putting that on your agenda of things to do in the summer 2020, or are you looking forward to like next year?
Next year.
Next year, okay.
He's going to come to practices and give it a try.
Okay.
I'm sure he likes it.
Yeah.
Hey, so the javelin. Did you ever see the movie Troy?
Yeah.
See when Brad Pitt was playing Achilles and he threw that one and that dude was coming at him.
Right.
Did you hear how they created the javelin?
That's the key right there.
And it was a weapon of war, and they said, "Well, I want to stab that guy, but he's way over there."
Yeah.
So they created the javelin. So
There you go. Well, now it's just a.
I can't believe that. I've
now
never
it's just a
thrown
track
one
and field fun event, Leah.
Yeah, right. Now it's not a weapon of war, but
You can see it. It's small. It's about this size.
So we could get it. We could get like a cutout of Jay that you could try to throw the javelin at. Put it about 60 yards out.
Something to aim at. So how long have you been doing this? You're changing everything you're doing competition wise. How long you've been competing in Special Olympics?
4 or 5 years.
Okay.
I think it was 5 years this year.
Maybe going on 6 now.
Now, do they do different age groups as you move up each time, or how does it go? Once you get to a certain level, then you're a quote unquote almost pro.
Well,
because
it's like
you're not a
8
pro, or
8 to 16, and then 16 to 21, 21 to 31, and then 31 all the way up to 100.
Okay.
They don't recognize after 31 different age groups. It's all pretty.
Gotcha. See that? Yeah, I can use that on my wife.
There you go.
After 31, we're all the same age.
All the same age range. There you go.
I like that.
Now, the thing else, if on like social media, James, you're very active on there, and you're always encouraging other people. Do you still find yourself going out and encouraging or recruiting people to join you on your teams?
Yeah.
And
he's a cheerleader. That's what you do.
So he's a recruiter, though. I mean, at the same time, he's like, look this is what you can become.
Right on.
Look what I've done.
Maybe you can
look at these gold medals.
Yeah, you want the
gold
medal.
Wear some if you want the gold.
You gotta hang out. You gotta run with the hero over here.
He's even helping with fundraising. He has set up a trivia dance night in September at his church that will have his team be basically hosting it. But he's getting the questions together.
So is the trivia dance trivia, or is it?
No, there's going to be a dance afterwards because Special Olympians usually don't enter trivia contests. Their parents or supporters.
Right.
So there's a dance afterwards, so that would be allowing them to come to it too. So
I went to this really fun music trivia thing.
yeah.
So if you were interested, I don't know where those guys are from, but it was a lot of fun.
Was it?
And it just did different music
Levels.
Yeah.
Of like rock and roll.
And you're
country.
organizing that?
Yes, it is.
Good for you.
Do you ever sleep?
They did like hair metal. They did like 80s movie theme songs.
He
And
knows
stuff
some theme songs. I don't know.
See, yeah.
Yeah.
You're a busy guy.
Well, I think he's a little busier. Let me.
Big Game James.
Yeah.
Geez.
Did I?
You don't get a nickname like that.
I feel so lazy right now.
You volunteer at 10 different places?
Something like that.
He doesn't even. He's like,
Yeah, 10. 10.
No,
10,
seriously, do you
20.
ever sleep?
I do.
Do you? Like what? 4 hours a night?
What, like midnight to 6? That's it.
Goodness gracious.
That seems about right.
He's up with the sun.
Did I read something that you posted? Are you?
The sun's up with him.
Are you using some apps, and are you looking to get certification in something?
Yes.
What is that?
Athlete coach.
Athlete.
Oh, he's doing that too.
Okay.
I think he's talking about your car, your driver's.
I'm been studying to learn how to drive.
Oh boy.
That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna get your certification as an athlete coach, and you're also working on how to drive. Volunteer at 10 places. Any
Tell you what,
organizing.
I'm tired of just thinking about
I'm
it.
sure once he learns how to drive, he's probably going to be better at it than everybody. And the good thing is, there's all these other people that live in Illinois that need your help.
Hey!
Oh,
Excuse
yeah,
me.
sorry, my bad.
I am not a very good driver, I admit it. Never have been.
And again, we're gonna, for the people who don't remember, you are or the new listeners, you're a St. Louis Cardinal fan.
Right.
And baseball's right around the corner. Are you getting excited for the season?
Yeah, definitely.
And do you think the Cardinals are going to win the NL Central this year?
I
Their
hope
division?
so.
You hope
Coach
so?
Connie says no.
Is Coach Connie a Cubs fan?
Yes.
Atta girl.
Big time.
And then in football, you follow the Bears, though.
Right.
That's right. Yeah. But you're a Cardinal fan. Yeah, you're a baseball Cardinal fan now. Do they have anything for like football, like a punt, pass, and kick
We
thing?
do
or
have a football program.
Mhm.
We do. It starts early, I want to say October.
Okay.
Don't have it here in Scott County. We can't
Oh, okay.
find a coach that's willing to take it on. Hopefully, it's only been around for about flag football.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Maybe 5 years.
Gotcha.
But because October is also snowshoeing. And
Yeah.
Well, how many teams do you have, or would you be able to play? Like how's it set
I
up?
think they set it up in Cedar Rapids. There's like 10 teams.
All right. Well,
yeah.
throwing it out there. Any coaches in the area?
We would love to start
If
a flag
you'd love to
football
volunteer
team.
your time with the Special Olympians for a flag football league.
Coach Connie, who would they get a hold of to do something like that? If just you? All right, we'll get your information and we'll. In
Yeah,
case
just
anyone
get a hold
reaches-
of the show. Anybody out there interested, get a hold of us through our Facebook or
Yeah,
Twitter,
Facebook
and
with him or me, or
Yeah.
yeah, and we'll get you in touch with who you need to be in touch with.
All right, so the cheerleading competition is a week from Saturday.
Right.
And where's that held again?
At Liberty High School in North Liberty, Iowa.
Ooh, that's a new high
Is
school.
that exit
It's fancy.
240?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Exit 240.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah,
be a
exit
nice time to do that.
240. Hey.
And then the other one is going to be the swimming competition. That's in May. You said, Coach Connie,
May
and that's going to be in
21st?
Ames.
Yeah, 21st to the 23rd.
Okay,
3 days.
20. Yeah, 21st to 23rd, and you already qualify for that because you got first
Yeah.
in districts.
And he doesn't have to qualify for tennis. So he'll do tennis on Thursday.
My goodness.
All right, are you more? Are you Pete Sampras, Bjorn Borg, or are you this new fella? Which one are you?
Andre Agassi.
Andre Agassi.
You just started last August.
Yeah.
So in May you're going to compete in the tennis and then the swimming.
Yeah.
Okay, and you don't know if there's anything. Thank you. So that's it on the docket for May. Nothing else. We don't know.
That's
And you've never done tennis before either.
He
This is
started in
going to be
August.
new.
This will be his first competition.
So he's going to win that right off the bat,
Could
probably.
be another medal.
I convinced
First
him
collection.
to go to this all-star tournament over in Eldridge, and he was darn good. So
Yeah.
I said, yeah, you might as well continue.
I always notice if you hit the ball right at their head or like right at their chest, then they can't get out of the way. Always works.
Hey, do you want to give any shout outs to any of your friends out there?
I'd like to say hi to Main at Locust Pharmacy
Mhm.
and Medical Supplies and my friend Jenny McDonald.
Great.
All
Hi, Jenny.
And-
There is a St. Patrick's Day dance this Friday for all special needs at the Bettendorf Life Community Center down on Grant Street in Bettendorf.
Yeah.
Okay.
Starts
I know right
at
where you're
6
at.
o'clock. There's a dinner, not much. I think it's like hot dogs,
Mhm.
but $5 to get in. But you don't have to reserve. You just come.
Nice.
They've got some kind of
Hot
dance
dogs are
people,
delicious.
They got Irish
Irish
dancers.
dancers.
Oh,
gonna be
gotcha.
performing, too.
Yeah.
Are
Like
you?
6,
I'll tell you that Main and Locust place is great.
Yeah.
When I had a bad Achilles injury, that was the only place that had walking boots. Yeah, the only place.
His aunt owns
So.
it. His aunt owns it.
Oh well,
Yeah.
tell your aunt thanks.
So you'll be at the dance on Friday.
Right.
You're gonna be wearing green.
Definitely.
Are you taking
I
Jenny?
got a St. Patrick's Day
Yes.
shirt I'm wearing.
Oh, you got a St. Patrick's Day shirt you're wearing?
Yeah.
I was gonna say if I'd have
That's great.
known, we could have hooked you up the Harringtons or Pints one or something.
We'll still
We
see
could still
him.
do it. Yeah.
Because guess what? He's going to be in May, and then he's going to compete in March, and then compete in May. So that means we got to put some time away in April to catch up with you.
Yeah.
We got to talk
Okay.
after, because at the end of March we have basketball, and our schedule kind of weird. And so, but beginning of April, we'll work this out and get the first week. Besides, then we get to talk baseball because first pitch is April 1st, April 2nd.
Right.
So we get to talk about that. We have that to talk about, and then we'll how you're progressing as far as tennis is going and swimming and your competition names. But James, I want to thank you so much for coming in. Coach Connie, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Scott County Masters, your team, James, they're all listening to you today, and Coach Dave. So, hello, guys.
And James, when we edit this and everything else, we'll make sure to tag you on Facebook. You can share it and put it into your group and everything else. Good luck on your certification for athlete coach.
Thank you.
Good luck on the driver's license as well. We'll follow up with that. Guys, Troy, Leah, are you going to say anything before we...
I think when you
thanks
come
for
back,
coming in.
you're going to be like, I just climbed Mount Everest. No big deal.
Well, actually, when you get the driver's license thing and all that figured out, Leah needs help.
Yeah. Could you? You can teach me how to drive?
Sure.
All right. I do need it.
I feel like by then when he's done, he's going to be like, don't worry, I'll just host the show.
I'm thinking he's
like,
going to
"This is
learn how to
fun."
drive, and then all of a sudden he's going to be like, oh, we have this new NASCAR event.
What's your favorite car?
And,
James, what kind of car would you pick if you could pick whatever car you wanted?
Probably Chevy pickup.
Oh, okay.
All right.
And I see you're wearing a Storm, Quad City Storm shirt.
Right.
Are you a fan of the Storm?
Definitely.
Awesome. That's great. James, I love it when you come in. You bring so much energy, and it's so fun to hear about the things that you're doing, and I can't wait to talk to you again in April. Coach Connie, appreciate everything you're doing, and thank you for taking the time to getting him here. Thank you for your time for helping everybody out that you do, and your powerlifting team. We really appreciate it, and it's really, really fun catching up with you guys.
Wait,
Yes,
next year
for
he's
sure.
powerlifting.
Next week, yeah.
He's not going to do cheerleading. He's going to give me.
I just want a picture of all the medals.
Yeah.
Powerlifting.
I want to see
He's
him
gonna
too.
probably-
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea
Love
to
to
bring
see
next
that.
time your medals so they can see them.
Oh, yeah, next time bring some medals. All right, thank you guys so much.
Thanks,
Hold tight
guys.
here. Did I have
Good
you
luck,
did you
buddy.
guys sign this last time? I don't know if you did. Did you sign the ball? All right, we'll have you do that. Thank you so much for coming in, you guys. Appreciate it. Good luck to you. Keep up the good work, James. We'll be in
Thanks,
touch
James.
with you. We'll be right
Thanks,
back. Don't
James.
hassle us local. Stay tuned while we do a quick
Okay,
promo.
all my pizza lovers in Bettendorf, we all know about Van's Pizza and More. It's open there at the Plex at the corners of Middle and Forest Grove Roads. It is March. The Reuben Pizza is back by popular demand, and they also have personal pizzas and burger baskets. So all you have to do is call Van's Pizza and More at 563-232-1396, and they'll have that food hot and ready for you to carry out. Dine-in is available now as well, or you can have it delivered. Delivery is limited to Bettendorf, so please ask when you call. Once again, that number 563-232-1396. That's Van's Pizza and More, 5023 Competition Drive in Bettendorf.
Hey, this is Goose, PA announcer for the Quad City Storm, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
Online sports betting is here with EliteSportsbook.com. If you are an active Rhythm City Casino Resort Club member, go to EliteSportsbook.com now and follow the prompts to start betting. Not a Resort Club member? Visit Rhythm City to join today. Bet with Elite Sportsbook at Rhythm City Casino Resort or online now. More ways to get in the game with EliteSportsbook.com and Rhythm City Casino Resort. Must be 21. Gambling a problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
The Storm return to the Tax Slayer Center this weekend to take on the Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs and Birmingham Bulls. Friday is Pirate and Princess Night presented by Surface Master and Family Focus. Get to your seats early for $2 beers and hot dogs until puck drop. Saturday is Marvel Superhero Night presented by TBK Bank. The first 1,000 fans get a Captain America bobblehead. The Storm will be wearing Black Panther, Captain America, and Iron Man jerseys. They'll be auctioned off after the game. And come back on Sunday for Pucks and Pawns Day presented by Nestle Purina. All tickets are just $10 and you can get them at QuadCityStorm.com.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Levatar Show on ESPN Radio.
Roy, who is feeling older every day, and I think this is universal for people in sports, that you sort of can calendar your own age by guys you saw growing up playing when you loved sports, having kids who are now playing sports. But Roy has never felt older than he did during the break when, very sadly, he just said to me, Frank Gore's kid has enrolled at Southern Miss, and it's the first time you can remember an active athlete of any sort having a kid, but it's only because Frank Gore has been in the league 4 yards at a time since 1982.
He's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere.
Why would you when you still get 4 yards?
Frank Gore Jr. is going to put it on the poll, Antonio. Is Frank Gore Jr. going to retire from football sooner than Frank Gore Sr.
The Dan Lebitard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Don't settle for the aggravation of sunken concrete around your home or business. Call Top Notch Mudjacking to fix your uneven concrete. Let us raise those sections that can cause unnecessary wear and tear to your vehicles at a fraction of the cost. We also offer joint and crack sealing to prolong the life of your concrete. Servicing residential, commercial, and industrial areas. We offer warranty, senior, and military discounts and free estimates. Check us out online. Top Notch Mudjacking. Don't settle. Jack it up.
Golick and Wingo.
Here's my thought on Magic not being with the Lakers anymore. He wants to be Magic Johnson, and you know what? That's cool.
Being Magic Johnson works.
Wasn't the greatest ending how they were all throwing each other under the buses and stuff? I'm not all cool with a lot of that. But at the end of the day, if you don't want to do this anymore because you want to be Magic Johnson and free to be Magic Johnson, man, I am cool with that because that's a pretty damn good life.
That's living your best life.
Yes.
There.
Golick and Wingo. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
The Dan Lebitard Show with the Stugats.
What is Kevin Durant doing? Spending entire evenings just firing back to eggs on Twitter.
Kevin Durant loves to go on social media and fight with people, and as far as I can tell, nothing good comes from it. Nothing.
You've won, Kevin Durant.
You've won.
I mean, not a title, but you've won.
The Dan Lebitard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
At a time of personal loss, we each express our feeling in our own way. Whelan Presley Funeral Homes and Crematory recognize that no one service is right for everyone. That's why we offer various options for the most appropriate service, the most fitting farewell, and personalized attention to detail. Whelan Presley Funeral Homes and Crematory, Rock Island, Milan, Reynolds, and the Knox Chapel.
There is no off-season. The latest on every sport possible is always heard right here. The Quad City Sports Leader is ESPN 1170 AM.
All right, everybody back here in the house now. Got a full staff to get you through your day here on AM 1170, the K Barbarino. What's wrong?
Just reading some notification on my watch phone.
On your Captain Kirk watch?
It's just we
What? What did I miss?
It's just
Well, it's Captain Kirk, man. Everything is like Star Trek these days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
no
Kirk
matter
to-
what,
Kirk to Scotty.
we live in a world where everyone just come up with, and I didn't even open it.
Breaker roll.
It
Now
could
we
be
got a white
100%
Durango.
like, it could be 100% like legit, but I'm just like cynical about everything because everyone rushes to get a story, and it says ESPN eyeing Al Michaels trade. Network reportedly wants NBC broadcaster hopes to pair him with Peyton Manning on Monday Night Football. I don't know. If I click on this and read it, it'll probably just be like two guys had a conversation at the combine.
It'll be speculation.
So he's going to leave Sunday night with annoying ass Collinsworth.
If they trade for him with the contracts, which by the way, did you see your boy Romo?
Oh, he's rich.
Oh my! I just pulled that up right now.
Yeah.
Tony Romo.
What do you do?
$17 million contract.
A year.
A year.
1 year?
No.
To talk.
No, for 1 year. For
Not
multiple
years, but yeah.
Per year though.
But
To
it
be-
went up.
It's reported to be more than 5 years, and it's
So
$17 million
three-
per year.
It's pretty solid.
3 point.
That's my boy.
I mean, it must be rough. And he definitely shops at Fairway.
No.
Well, you know that
he doesn't have to do the shopping.
Tony has $17 million a year. Okay.
It's all right. Whatever.
Well,
And he's just like a dude you just run into in the street, too. He's like, hey,
What
what's
do
up?
you do with that much money? I would disappear.
Well,
Be like, bye.
it's called generational wealth. That's what it's called.
I know you guys don't watch.
I know what Bernie Sanders would do with it.
Maybe he'll want to advertise with us.
Maybe he will.
I don't know.
Hey, if he's
Tony,
listening, hey
there
Tony.
might be some people in the Quad Cities that don't know who we are. We can really help you out, man.
Oh my god!
But it was true what Dan Patrick said. He said,
Tony, remember you made out with Mookie?
He said if you were to sign with ESPN, you're a product of ESPN. They're going to pull you from all over to be on the morning shows to do whatever
Well,
else.
he didn't do it.
If
He
you
stayed
do,
with CBS.
You do with CBS, you can golf.
Total. All right. Here's the CBS extension reveal. Total worth of
how many years?
This it just said reportedly for over 5.
This now says reveal worth of $180 million.
Oh my God.
Well, then it's got to be
It's
close to
10.
10 years.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, that'll set you for life right there.
Yeah, he good.
Yep. Tony, what are you gonna do?
Do that much money? God, you can't spend that in a lifetime. I mean, you can. but-
Here, that's what it was, T-Ray. I got you. It is $17.5 million per season, factoring in all the perks. It's worth $18 million a year, according to sources. That's after all my extensive research here.
That's nice.
Jeez.
The value of his extension would surpass the $127 million that he earned during his 14 seasons as a Cowboys quarterback.
Oh my God.
Got his college degree from the same place
Yeah.
Mookie did. What is she doing with her degree?
Yeah.
Mookie, come on, get after it.
Get it together. You could be making 17
That
mil.
being said, Mookie, T-Ray just challenged you to a tennis match.
You know.
Whoa!
Yeah, he did. I
Don't
heard it.
do it. Oh, man.
I heard it. He said he
Now,
could be.
Brebner makes a good point on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread where he says that Jim Nance is making half of that and covering more sports.
But he's not Tony Romo, so.
See, still, if I'm Tony Romo and Jim Nance is doing a lot of in the early years.
All right, but
doing
here's
some
the
of
deal.
heavy
Here's the
work.
deal, and what I'm gonna tell you, and Brebner can say whatever he wants about this. The reason Tony Romo's getting 17 point
Tony Millions?
Tony Millions. The reason
his name
Tony
now.
Romo is getting 17.5 million is because when he came in, he moved the scale, as in people started to
Right.
watch the games that he was calling more. Listen, Nance is great at it.
He was a little bit better than Witten.
Yeah, but Nance doesn't move the scale, and Nance has never really moved the scale. It's just
Sure.
been Jim Nance.
I don't think he was like
It's not
defending
that.
him. He was just making
Yeah,
a point.
but I understand that Nance is doing a lot more. But what I'm saying is, Tony had to have moved the numbers so much to make this happen, because they're going to go out and they sell advertising knowing that people want to hear Romo.
This is a question for you, though.
Period.
At
Yeah,
first,
I
there was a
agree.
lot of people that, 40, maybe a little bit less, 40%, that had a problem with him because he is so good at speculating what the play is going to be before the
Right.
snap.
Oh.
That some people,
It's
were-
insane.
Some people were saying that like they didn't like it, they
What?
didn't do this and that.
He's ruining
yes, it's
the-
true.
Who?
But
There
there
were plenty of
there
people-
were some people that complained. But I'll tell you what, as time has gone, it is shown that everybody was like loving it.
Right.
It-
I
It'll
just
get
can't see
old,
how
I
you would
think.
not enjoy somebody. I don't want to listen to the knowledgeable person.
or I don't want, and it's like,
Well, you want
think about what was there before him. Think about how
That's
bad, how stuffy Sims was.
right.
Like there's been guys I've hated throughout the years in NFL announced. I hated Deerdorf when he was on. Like there's just been other guys that, listen, Madden got paid a lot of money too, and all he was just a big, oh, look at this, and then the sweat on the guy's butt. Oh. But Romo comes in with this
He's
unpolished.
the Steve Stone of football.
Right, he comes in with this
There's-
unpolished,
there you
just
go.
just a you know what I'm saying. When I say unpolished, it wasn't like he had his the smooth gimmick or whatever he was doing. He was like, oh, this is the thing. Watch this, Jim. This is going to be a play to here. Bam. And like when it first
That'd
happened,
be like saying somebody doesn't like listening to Steve Stone commentate on baseball. Because if you remember when it was Stoney and Harry,
yeah, everybody loved that.
here comes Sammy up here on the top of the seventh. I think Sammy's due for another home run. Well, actually, Harry, I think he just needs a base hit, and if they think they throw one low and away to him, I think he should be able to plop that one in right over Albert's head.
I think
What
you're
happens?
also forgetting that Steve Stone's psychic.
Right. No, what happens? Low and away.
This isn't a joke.
Low and away, bloops it in right over Pujols' head at first base. Like you don't get that kind of knowledge.
No, Stoney's seriously. Stoney's probably the best baseball guy there ever was.
He's psychic.
He's
You
psychic.
believe he's psychic.
He said he was psychic.
Come on, Jay.
I'm psychic.
All right, fine.
Are you?
So Romo made
Okay,
$17
hold on.
million or more.
In the Chicago Sun-Times, in an article in April in 2019, it was just basically leading to like how good he is at knowing what's happening, what's going on. This is Steve Stone, and his answer was, "I'm psychic," and he said, "I've been psychic my whole life. It sounds really strange, and if I play it up, people will laugh because nobody's always right. I know it sounds strange, but I really know what's going to happen." As Stone said this in the article went on to say, a cheer went up from servers gathered around a nearby table. All right, let me hear you. It might be good. It could be. It is. Happy birthday, holy cow. Anyway, what is he? According to Stone, he'll predict things on air only about 10% of the time when he knows it's about to happen. Many such things he'll keep to himself because they don't portend positive outcomes for the Sox. And why invite viewers to blame the messenger? On other such occasions, he'll jot down premonitions to be shared only with play-by-play man Jason Benetti. Is that right?
Close. Good job. Can we get
turn? Did I get it?
Did I get it?
Did I get it right?
Can we get Steve Stone to be our Quad City weatherman?
Yes, there you go.
We need a new one.
For example, in 2007, and he was a sit-in for 6 games in the chair of color man Darren Jackson, who was on the leave for birth of child. The Sox were in the 13th inning of the game against the Indians at U.S. Cellular Field when Stone told WGN director Jim Angio to get him a shot of shortstop Juan Uribe in the on-deck circle. As he got the shot, Stone said to Hawk, "The game ends with the man you're looking at." And then Hawk said, "Yeah, Uribe? Is that your prediction?" He said, "No, that's what's going to happen." It's not a prediction. He said, "No, that's what's going to happen."
He's Vicky Valancourt.
When you pick that up, it ain't a guess. That's what's going to happen.
I ain't no guess. That's what's it going to be.
Uribe, who had never hit a walk-off homer as a major leaguer, stepped up to the plate and drove a fastball from reliever Aaron Foltz over the wall in left center. Other current examples, the list goes on and on. You can just see this it's a Chicago Sun-Times article from April 20th of 2019. Steve Stone says he's psychic. So maybe Tony Romo's psychic, but he's also really good.
And
his wife is the dumbest chick on the planet.
She's so hot.
She is so hot, but she is so dumb.
Who cares?
Who's? Jessica Simpson is God.
No, that's not who he married.
Tony Romo married Jessica Simpson, didn't he?
No, ma'am.
No.
Who's she married to then?
No.
Oh.
He married a super hot former Mrs. Oklahoma, or Miss Oklahoma, I should say.
What? I'm Googling
Yeah,
this.
She's Mrs. Romo now.
Yeah.
Who is Jessica Simpson married to?
No.
Siri. Hey, Siri. Just when we had sports going, we turned it right back.
She didn't marry Romo. She dated him for a while.
Speaking of
is that what it was?
Speaking of the NFL, the NFL is
He dated
asking.
Carrie Underwood too.
Yeah,
Sorry,
she wrote. Yeah, no, that's all right. The NFL is asking the U.S. Supreme Court to review a case that was aimed at the Sunday ticket. Basically, there was a lawsuit. Yeah, there was a lawsuit that came up all the way back in 2015 from a bunch of bars, and what they were saying is that this was they're working in the NFL and the DirecTV are working together to raise prices. It was a class action lawsuit that said the Sunday ticket requires consumers to pay more for games than they actually want, and it violates federal antitrust statutes. So basically, the federal antitrust is that it bars competing businesses from working together in a way that limits choices and raises prices for consumers. There was a lower court dismissal of the case that was brought together, like I said, in 2015, and the appeals court ruling is reversed it, and now the Supreme Court could, as early as this week, review this case. More than likely, this will not go up to the Supreme Court, but they can say that they need to review this. Only about 80 of the 8,000 cases sent up to the Supreme Court of the appeals that are filed every year are accepted by the justices. So this probably will be sent back to the federal trial court. It probably won't be done in time by the 2022 contract is over. But you understand the point here, because bars are being charged for an average person to have the Sunday ticket. Let's just put it like this. Let's say you're a Chicago Bears fan, but you live in South Carolina. All right, you're Rosso, all right? Not Rosso, Vasco. You're Vasco. And you want to watch the Bears, but you don't want to every Sunday have a Sunday fun day. And I know you don't have to drink when you go out, but you want to be at your own comfort of your own home, all right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to pay for the Sunday ticket unless they decide to post one of those games on free television. You with me?
Yeah.
To have that, it's going to cost you $293 a season.
That's what I pay for a Sunday ticket.
That's what you pay for a Sunday ticket.
Yeah.
Well, bars are charged anywhere from $2,300 to $120,000, depending on capacity.
Mm-hmm. Pints Harrington's Oscars paid $3,600.
They break it up over 4 months though, so you don't even really notice it.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about I'm talking about at home for residents.
I'm glad it's okay for you.
It is, you know, $80 a month's not too shabby.
They notice it. Trust me. They notice it.
That's a lot of money.
I think this quote is wrong then, because we're under the 100 capacity. The fire code. I don't think it goes much lower than that for DirecTV.
It probably just depends on the state, Jay.
Okay.
There's probably different fees in each state, or what they can charge in each state.
That is crazy.
It's probably down to a state level on what. So what we need to do here is we go to our local politicians and we start getting something in our local government, per se, our state level. And because there's all kinds of collusion going on these days.
The crazy thing is,
people colluding against bars, distributors per se.
There's got to be a way to stream stuff too. I mean, people just cancel it and just start streaming it. You know what I mean? Like, there's ways like Fire Sticks. You can pirate those. They can do all that.
Yeah, but if you get caught doing that at a bar, you're going to get.
But I'm saying that's what people are going to have to.
You might as well shut your doors because the NFL is going to come with a wrath that you've never seen.
And the other thing is, the league in DirecTV, they're realizing that more and more people are cord cutting. Right. So the other problem is this: it's twofold. If they don't do something about this, and they're figuring out ways to do it, they're going to actually charge us more, knowing that, you know what I'm saying, that more people are cutting the cord that they can get away with. They're going to up it.
Let's just say you have a Fire Stick
to make up for the loss of
say you have a Fire
money.
Stick
or whatever, or you can get local channels through a Fire Stick. What's to stop you from getting local channels from everywhere around the country? Is there?
Not really.
So technically, you could have every local feed because
if they find you, though, they can still find a way. If they really want to find someone that lives in 52722 and
But I'm just saying, what would stop you?
Because Amazon has your address and everything.
Okay.
Because you have to have an Amazon.
Do you remember when they used to threaten you $500,000 fine if you downloaded like music off the internet? Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
And they never ever really followed through.
They got that one dude from.
And he didn't end up having to pay for it. Like, he didn't get out of it.
Oh,
no, he got fined.
Who are you talking about?
Sean, whatever his name is. Can't think of his name now.
Sean
Napster.
Parker.
Sean Parker.
Yeah.
But you could always say
Justin
somebody else was
Timberlake
in my
played
house.
Justin
Like,
Timberlake.
they can't prove it. Like, I'm not talking about this guy, but the way around it was like I had friends over. Somebody must have done it. It wasn't me. They can't prove who did it. You know what I mean?
Well, Sean Parker started Napster. They proved who did that. He got hit.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Though.
You're talking about the individual.
Yeah, like LimeWire. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. The other crazy thing about this is the history of it. This actually was something that was brought up over 70 years ago. The federal government brought an antitrust complaint against the league in the 1950s in an effort to get the league to loosen its restrictions on broadcast rights. In 1953, a federal judge concluded that teams could form their own television deals and have their games broadcast into other teams' home cities. Consequently, most NFL teams signed their own television contracts with broadcasters, while the Cleveland Browns launched their own network, which is what, the Cubs are doing now. But that all changed after the acquisition of the American Football League. And then from there, the NFL signed a national television contract for all its games, and they own the rights to all of them, so they can do whatever else. Also, about television, today, March 5th in 1964, the birth of NFL Films started today.
NFL Films.
Yeah, Ed Sabel. The NFL purchased Ed Sabel's Blair Motion Pictures, which was then renamed NFL Films and quickly became the main repository for the history of football and film. We've all watched NFL Films.
Oh, yes.
Steve Sabel, Ed Sabel. They always had like the best, sideline interaction, everything else. So, over the next half century, Sabel played a significant role in making pro football America's #1 spectator sport. Sabel was inducted in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2011, and his son Steve will join him this year, making them just the third father-son combo to reach Canton. So, look at that, making me do a full circle from complaining about television and how much that. And by the way, I think the Sunday ticket is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. And if you forget to take it off,
oh yeah,
it just re-ups every year. And then you don't expect it, and they don't give you any kind of warning. Boom.
No, they love that.
Yeah, they do.
They love to sign you up for the first year.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, the first year's what they do is they say, first year's free, and then that next year is not free, but you didn't sign up. Oh, you have to tell us you didn't want it.
And they slap that like $200, $300 on one bill, and you're like, no.
There's nothing more crooked than those.
Oh yeah.
Rigged things like that.
Well, direct, but not Dish.
That's what I'm saying.
Not our friends at Dish.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that much.
Nothing more crooked than that, Jay.
Nothing more crooked than that. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, let's do some reckless speculation about the quarterback carousel that's going on, the dominoes, if you will. And I do believe the first piece of the the first piece of the domino is Tom Brady, where he's going to sign, and the free agency starts March 18th in the NFL.
I'm super excited, Leah.
What about what?
Well, because for nearly 12 years, Pints has been providing the Quad Cities with all kinds of beer, food, and good times. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
true. Oh yeah, I've been there.
And you can go there and watch the Hawkeyes play the Panthers.
Yeah.
Anyway, join them Monday through Friday for happy hour, 3 to 6, and then that complimentary Vans Pizza at 5.
Always a hit.
It is a hit, big time. Stop in any day of the week for one of their daily specials. Those,
Yeah, I know, totally.
yeah, Pints, 5268 Utica Ridge Road in Davenport.
This is Tom Kakert from HawkeyeReport.com, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
At Casey's, we're here for traditions like game night or movie night, and for making them a little more special with a tradition of our own. Casey's Classic Taco Pizza, made fresh with delicious, high-quality ingredients and baked right in our store. And every day this month, you can get a large taco pizza for just $13.99. So order a taco pizza from Casey's and make your tradition more special, even if it's just a last-minute dinner. Casey's, here for traditions, here for good. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
The Will Kane Show.
I don't think there's any hard and fast rule here. It's not that you have to win while your quarterback's on a rookie deal. I don't want to pay Dak $40 million because you don't have to. What I would argue is this: get a good deal. The main thing to do is avoid paying average quarterbacks as though they're great. That's when teams get in trouble. There's no hard and fast rule except don't be a moron. The commodity or the quality that's in short supply in every walk of life is self-awareness. Who am I? How good am I? What am I worth? And I think that teams honestly aren't self-aware enough about their window, how good they are, and how good their quarterback is. My biggest lesson, honestly, Fitz, is not, oh, you got to win with a quarterback on a rookie deal. It's not pay Dak, but don't pay him 40. It's just play smart business. Don't overpay, be self-aware, who is your guy, and pay him at that rate.
The Will Kane Show, 2 till 5 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
What are you doing for your 65th birthday, Sharon?
Oh, a cute little picnic with the grandbabies. I'm a bit worried, though. I really need to get enrolled in Medicare and buy a Medicare supplement plan. But there are so many supplement plans out there. It's so complicated.
Aw, don't worry. Health IQ helped me save 24% on a Medicare supplement plan, and it only took a few minutes.
You saved 24%? That's big savings. How'd Health IQ do it?
Their experts know that living a healthy lifestyle is associated with lower rates of heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. So because I'm active, it just makes sense that I should pay less.
An insurance agency that rewards you for living a healthy lifestyle? That's a smart idea. I'm going to healthiq.com now so I can focus on my big day.
Just go to healthiq.com/Medigap to start saving.
healthiq.com/Medigap?
Yep, that's HEALTHIQ.com/MEDIGAP.
Health IQ is an agency offering plans from different insurance carriers. No government or Medicare affiliation. Coverage and special rates not available in all counties or cases.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
Roy, who is feeling older every day, and I think this is universal for people in sports, that you sort of can calendar your own age by guys you saw growing up playing when you loved sports, having kids who are now playing sports. But Roy has never felt older than he did during the break when, very sadly, he just said to me, Frank Gore's kid has enrolled at Southern Miss, and it's the first time you can remember an active athlete of any sort having a kid, but it's only because Frank Gore has been in the league 4 yards at a time since 1982.
He's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere.
Why would you when you still get 4 yards?
Frank Gore Jr. is going to put it on the poll, Antonio. Is Frank Gore Jr. going to retire from football sooner than Frank Gore Sr.?
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Draft Day Sports Lounge is the sports bar in the Quad Cities. Located inside Rhythm City Casino Resort, Draft Day offers top-notch sports viewing with over 29 screens, including 15 85-inch TVs and a 360-degree projection TV. Every seat in the house is the best. Make your bets on the games with Elite Sportsbook, Iowa's preferred sportsbook. The beer is cold and the food delicious. Visit RhythmCityCasino.com for menus and specials. Draft Day Sports Lounge inside Rhythm City.
From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KPOB, Davenport.
welcome back to Don't Hassle So Locally on ESPN 1170 AM. Thank you.
If anybody hasn't seen it, by the way,
listening.
There's the older lady. It's been out for probably a week or so now. The older lady on the internet who decided to put Mentos into a Coca-Cola 2-liter because she'd seen it on the internet and she wanted to make sure that it was real. Well, she found out the hard way. It's very real. Do not put Mentos into your Coca-Cola. It will blow all over your face.
Yep.
It'll do what?
Yeah. Yeah, that was all those microphones are off. All those microphones are off until now.
Hi, guys.
You turned on the wrong ones?
No, I had the right ones on.
No, I think you turned on the wrong ones, bud.
Him and Steve Stone.
Yeah.
Him and Steve Stone know things about Leah.
Yeah, I did not have it on.
I know things too.
Thank you for listening to ESPN 1170. We remind everybody you can listen to us on the app. Download the ESPN 1170 app on your smart device and wherever you download apps. You can also listen to us at ESPN1170am.com. To click in the upper right-hand corner, and you can also read things that I blog and post about. Got a lot of traction with that Northcott thing. People let it go. And congratulations, Northcott and Davenport North, by the way, for punching their ticket to the Boys State Tournament. I know Rosso's going to be calling in here in about 15 minutes. He'll be on his way up to Des Moines to cover the Northcott girls at the state tournament as well in the Wells Fargo Arena. And safe travels to everybody going up there.
Lancers, Jay.
Yep. Safe travels to all the Northcott fans going up there
I just
today.
watched that video.
So, all right. So, we're getting close. The combine's over. Mock drafts are going to be all over the place. And in 2 short weeks, yes.
Free agency hits
Free
when?
agency
The
hits.
8th?
It's the 18th.
18th?
Yeah.
Why do I keep thinking it's the 8th? Sure.
Maybe I heard it. I don't know. We could look it up.
Google.
Google it.
Google that
Fancy
bad boy.
It really is a
working right
domino.
now.
It really is a domino, though. I really think it believes it starts and ends with, not starts and ends, but it starts what Tom Brady's going to do.
Right. Right now, Vegas odds is New England. It's the favorite.
They're the favorites.
There was some guy. Did you guys see where they were asking him and he just smiled really awkwardly and he didn't want to say, so he just sat there quietly. They're like, "Are you
does that-
staying? Are you staying? Are you staying?" He just sat there.
He does it for everything. Edelman does the same thing when they were at the Syracuse game.
Quit giving him attention. We'll all figure it out eventually. Just that guy's all ego.
Champ Crown of Edelman.
Yeah, Lumi just said on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread it's the 18th.
All right. Thanks, Lewis.
More than likely, that's where he's going. I would say after that, Tennessee. Are you guys with me?
You're the only 10 I see.
Oh my gosh.
Las Vegas? I don't know.
Nope.
Chargers.
Tampa Bay.
Cowboys.
I think Tampa Bay.
Wasn't the Chargers a front runner?
Yeah.
Because he's a California kid.
Yeah.
He can be the guy. We liked him because he could walk in and tell Anthony Lynn, this is how we're going to run our offense. And if you want to keep your job, first off, you're lucky to keep. They gave you another year when they could have fired you. And if you want to keep it, just listen to me and he can take over. That's why we said we like that. Right?
And they have weapons.
But the Tennessee thing works out because of Vrabel.
Great O-line.
Yep. And they've got
Good young
A.J. Brown.
receivers.
Yeah, Derrick Henry. But they have to retain him. And I think it's still, I don't know, it's still Tampa, New England. But there was talks yesterday that it didn't go very well. They had talks over the weekend.
There's a chance that him and Rivers both land in the same division. Because right now, Rivers, the big talk is Rivers is going to go to the Colts.
I think
49ers?
Rivers going to the Colts is a done deal.
You think so?
I think that one. I've heard nothing but that. I think that's a done deal. The other new thing that's coming out is at the Boston Herald reported yesterday, and is that like I said, their talks on Tuesday didn't go well, and then on the same report that the 49ers are interested in Brady's services. So a trade back.
Backsies.
Jimmy G going back to the Patriots.
Yep.
Tom Brady going to the 49ers.
Just
Dun,
got
dun, dun.
interesting.
And what did they give up? A second rounder? The 49ers for Jimmy G?
Yeah.
So,
Man.
What are they? What is?
Brady would get Kittle.
What does?
Can you imagine though?
Oh my
They definitely win the Super Bowl next year.
What is?
Well, you think they're going to be a favorite?
What do the Patriots have to give up to get Jimmy G back?
Second rounder?
Why? He led him to a Super Bowl.
You can get a first rounder for that boy. He lost the Super Bowl.
Maybe.
All right, let's look
Can
at
you
Jimmy
look up
G.
what?
Look
Can
at
you look
Jimmy
up the
G's
trade?
numbers.
The Jimmy G trade. I don't.
Look up
I don't
his
want to
numbers.
look up his numbers
Why not?
because you're going to be right.
Because they're not that great.
I'm just telling you.
Typical male.
They're
I
just
don't want to
okay.
be wrong, so I'm
I'll look
not
them up,
looking.
but
I mean, they're okay. They're not great. I would say that team was led by defense and the running game more than anything. Not Jimmy G.
No.
I mean, he did a good job of controlling the ball. I don't think he had a lot of turnovers. I bet he had maybe 10 interceptions on the year.
I think.
But I'll give him.
What do you want to know, Jay?
The trade. What did they get? What did the 49ers give up to acquire the rights to Jimmy G?
49ers
what do you got for
acquired
stats?
quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo, New England Patriots, in the middle of 2017 season for a second-round draft pick.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay. Last season, he had
Completion percentage and everything.
Okay. Can I just give them to you? That's what I
Yeah.
was going to start with. But
Okay, please. Sorry.
Is it 69.1% completion percentage?
It's pretty good.
3,978 yards he threw for. 27 touchdowns, 13 interceptions for a 2-to-1 ratio. Just slightly better than a 2-to-1 ratio. I already told you, he threw for 27 touchdowns, yeah. Let's see, 13-3 as a starter. The other problem is if you look back to he was, before he got hurt in 2018, he was 1 for 2, 5-3. He was, and then when he came over in 2017, San Francisco, he started 5 games, and 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
What were Brady's stats last year on a team that was obviously down when it came to offense? I want to say they finished 12-4. Is that right?
Yeah,
We'll
finished,
see.
Yeah, they finished 12-4.
We'll see what Brady's stats were. I know his completion percentage was down. It might not be as good as Jimmy G's.
Okay. He was at 60.8%, Tom Brady was.
Yep.
Threw for 4,000 yards.
On the nose?
4,057. So not too much of a... but he was 24 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. So a 3-to-1 ratio.
Yep. And 12-4.
12-4.
And
Jimmy G played in a way tougher division. And when we were talking about defense, the Patriots at one point have
I'm
a defense.
not saying anything. I'm just saying, but he had way better offensive weapons than Brady. What Brady had.
Brady and
Way
Kittle
better.
together. Can you?
You think Lynch is going to just give him a second rounder back after everything else? He's not. He's going to get 2 and something else. Maybe not a 1, but he's going to get a 2 and more.
But they can't do anything if they don't have Brady. Brady's a free agent.
They didn't. No, he's got to trade something for Jimmy G.
But they have to sign Brady first and then trade it.
I understand that.
I don't think that happens.
You trying to tell me that San Francisco 49ers, Tom Brady, and the Patriots haven't done any backdoor deals ever?
I think the Cubs should get him.
I'm a search.
I missed that take a lot.
Cubs will take him.
Well, the Cubs are signing that dude.
Apparently, Vegas is taking this seriously because they've moved the San Francisco 49ers up on the odds boards.
Well,
Jimmy G's teammates don't really like this right now. They said it's ludicrous.
Hey, I'm just saying, where there's smoke, there's fire.
I don't think they're getting rid of Jimmy G.
Crazier things have happened.
Not for Brady. Not for 2 years, right?
I don't think Jimmy's going anywhere.
I wouldn't think so either. What, 14 wins last year?
He's
13.
Yeah.
But Brady had 12 on a team that was solely led by defense, if you ask me.
This is exactly what was going on a month ago when all of a sudden it was like, well,
At the beginning of last year.
Cowboys could let Dak go or trade him.
Yeah.
Or not, yeah.
But that was a different situation when you're not talking about trying to get a second rounder back, you know.
You're going to have to do something to get
I think Brady's staying. I think he's going to be a Patriot. I'm calling it right now.
I think he's going to.
Leave. If I was him, just leave. Write your own legacy.
He's leaving.
I mean, I shouldn't even say that. He wrote his own legacy, duh.
Yeah.
But you don't have to have that Belichick, the whole,
he wants to go somewhere to prove he can win another Super Bowl.
Without Belichick.
Without
Right.
Belichick.
I agree.
Right.
That's what he wants.
Yep. Chicago.
I get it. And he can.
Cubs or Bears?
He's got a better
Breaking
chance
news.
He's got a better chance of winning the Super Bowl with the Cubs than he does the Bears.
Whoa.
Come on.
Oh,
The Bears are.
How are your Vipers doing? Let's talk.
Come on. He does have a better chance of the Bears than the Vipers.
Could you
Right
imagine?
now, the Bears need a lot more help than just Tom Brady.
I don't think
That's all I'm
the,
saying.
I don't think the Vipers are going to do the Super Duper Bowl this year.
The Super Duper. You never
Bears
know. They
can't
just
afford
shot a
them.
team out last week. There's 5 games left.
Wait, who did the Cubs? They traded everybody, right?
I don't know what they're doing. They just didn't sign anybody.
Yeah.
That
They're
worries
just
me.
Putting the Old Man River back
They're
on the mound.
fine.
No, they're not.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so
They're
typical.
screwing everything
You
up.
guys are typical.
Typical.
Serge,
So basic.
their rotation is terrible.
I don't.
It's okay, but it's not World Series rotation. I'm sorry. I'm not typical. I'm just honest.
They got rid of.
It's
They
over.
got rid of Rizzo, right?
Well, it's
Season's
not-
over. We're
It's not
screwed.
over, but wouldn't you want to say, hey, we have a chance to win it every year? Then okay. Well, this year
They're like we won
this
it
year.
once,
I know
we're
we're
good.
not going to win it. We're going to be good, but we're not going to win it because
Getting rid
the
of all
Dodgers are just loaded to the tilt.
And now they have Brady, so they're definitely loaded.
The Dodgers got Brady
Yep,
too.
they got him too.
Oh man.
I know it's over.
Maybe Matt Stafford will sign with the Dodgers too.
They need Belichick to coach the Cubs.
There you go. That's what we need. I don't
What's
think
Jay
he's too
doing over
care.
there?
I don't know. He's busy on the phone.
They're 30-1 odds to win the World Series.
30-1. Dodgers are.
No, Dodgers
Dodgers are
are
1-1.
6-1.
Yeah, I was gonna say 1-1. It's probably are the Dodgers the one with the best chance?
Nope, second.
Yankees.
Yep.
Okay. I figured it was. I figured it had to be one of the two.
The Houston hit by pitches are 7-1.
Asterisks.
Well, Yankees 5-1 or 4-1.
Yankees are 3-1.
I can make a new Yankee ad.
Oh God.
I don't like mine.
You bandwagon fan.
I want to do a different one.
I'm gonna stick with my Cubbies.
I don't like I don't like fantasy golf anymore.
Why not, Jay?
You
What's
over-
wrong?
Is that what you were doing this whole
one
time?
day?
Were you
Is that
on
one day
draft
you
It's
last-
not over, Jay. We got
Jay,
tomorrow.
you're
You
addicted.
come back tomorrow and make a cut. Where are we at? Talk to me. Where are our guys at? We're not
You
even
need to
halfway
have an
through the day.
intervention.
Well, actually,
I mean, we probably have guys that haven't even teed off yet.
no, that's not true.
All right, where are we at? Where's
Okay.
Rory at?
All right. Well, the team that you put together, my team's actually doing better than the team we
I can't
put
believe he's
together
on DraftKings right now.
Your team's better.
We're at 9,480th place.
Okay.
Yeah, out of like 20,000 people.
Well, it's not over yet, Jay.
I like
it goes
to see
for
the
4
money.
days.
I like to see the money bags light up.
Is it daily or is it
No, it's
the
for the
whole
whole
term?
thing, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, where's Rory at right now?
Rory's at -6. The problem is we're the
Well,
cut.
what about Xander?
VJ's going to miss the cut at +5 if he keeps this
Is
up.
it VJ Singh that we got?
Yeah.
What's he at?
He's at +5. He's not going to make the cut.
That's
Everyone
all
else
right.
is doing a.
Isn't it the first
Xander's at
round?
+4.
Ooh, I got some.
Xander's at what?
+1. Everyone else is under par.
Xander's at +1.
Yeah.
All right. And what about Abe?
He's only through 5. I need to calm it down. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
first
can you
He's
tell
round.
only
me
through
where-
5. Xander's only through 5.
My
Okay.
Xander's
lord.
only through 5.
What about VJ?
He's done. He scored a 77.
We can come back tomorrow and get in.
77.
I got some updated odds for you.
Okay.
Ooh.
The same thing we were just talking about.
The golf?
No,
The Cubs.
the golf that you gave up on.
Yeah. Quit, yeah.
The Cubs are now 20-1 odds.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, they climbed a bit, huh?
Why? Who did they sign? Brady?
I already said that. Oh, wait, the Dodgers. I
The
said
Dodgers are now the same as the Yankees, both at 3-1.
The Dodgers should have gone up after they
The
signed.
Dodgers went up. Okay.
Yeah, after they
So
signed.
this is like a week.
Mookie.
This is a week ago.
Okay.
Cubs are 20-1.
Hmm.
Cardinals are 30-1. White Sox keep dropping. They're down to 50-1.
What?
Why?
That's a good question.
Who'd they get rid of?
I don't know. Somebody get injured that we don't know about?
I don't know.
White Sox are my dark horse. They're going to be good.
So the
this year.
Cardinals are favored to win the NL Central, right?
That's what I was just looking
And then
at.
it goes,
Yes, they
it
are.
goes
They are. So-
Brewers.
yeah.
But they're
and then
30 to 1.
Cubs,
But
and
the
then
Cubs have a better chance of winning the World Series?
Braves are the favorite to pick, to win the National League pennant. No, that's not right.
No, not the Braves. The Dodgers are the favorite to win the National League pennant. Then the Braves.
Cardinals are favored to win this National League Central.
Yes. And the Yankees are favored to win the AL. Then the next best.
Here we go. National League East, Braves.
Yeah.
Central, Cardinals. West, Dodgers.
Yep.
AL, East is Yankees. Central's the Twins.
It's the Astros in the
and
West.
then the Astros in the West. There you go.
So.
Sorry that took me so long.
No, I didn't apologize at all.
I was being facetious, but that's okay.
Yeah, I know. I know we came back, and do you see any other big changes in the quarterbacks in the NFL at all? Like, where's Teddy Two Gloves going to go? I think he goes down to Tampa Bay. I think that makes sense. I think Arians got to move on from Jameis.
I don't know.
Well, someone's going to have to land out in San Diego.
San Diego.
Well, they're going to probably use Tyrod Taylor as a bridge and draft a quarterback in the first round.
What pick
if they don't do that. That's a great question. The number 6 pick, and they can take
they'll end up
Oregon's Justin Herbert or Utah State's Jordan Love.
Yeah, they're going to take
everyone
one
loves
of those
Jordan
two.
Love.
Yeah, Jordan Love is. He's comparing him to Mahomes.
I wonder if that's his birth name.
Jordan Love?
Yeah.
I think it is.
You think so?
I think so.
I wish my last name was Love. That's cool.
We're going to start calling you Leah Love.
It sounds like
stage name.
Yeah. My
Remember
stage name is PG Pineapple. We've already discussed that.
I mean, there was a band called Mother Love Bone. That was a good band.
Mother Love Bone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a good band.
I could go so many places with that, but I'm just going to leave that.
Ross is going to be calling in a minute. We're going to talk to him a little bit. Oh, there we go. You ready, T-Ray?
Yep.
All right.
Welcome to the show, Mr. Rosso. How you doing, sir?
What's going on, guys? I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, we're great. We're recklessly speculating on where football players are going to be playing next year. We have no clue.
After the Brady dominoes.
After the Brady domino falls, per se.
It's Tennessee or New England, right? I mean, I don't buy any other smoke out there. I think those are the only two choices.
Yeah, that's what we thought. And then we got Rivers going to the Colts. But
yeah, that's it.
What?
Brady's been moving on that one for a few weeks here, I think.
Where's Teddy Two Gloves fall?
Is he coming and competing in Chicago? I don't know. I mean, they got to bring in somebody, I would assume, right? I mean, you got to bring in somebody to push Mitch, so.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Guy that fits next year.
It's going to be.
I don't know.
It's going to be the Red Rocket, Andy Dalton. That's what I know.
Don't they want a guy to move? I feel like, Mitch is best when they move the pocket and stuff like that. I feel like you want a guy tailored to that type of system. I don't know if Andy Dalton's a, blue leg, sprint out, move the pocket type of guy, but we'll see. They're going to bring in somebody. It just depends on how serious they are about pushing Trubisky, I guess.
Yeah, they have to bring in someone. What do you hear? Well, you were just at the Combine last weekend. Talk to us about the Combine. I know we checked in last week with you, but what did you see out there? Any stories from there?
I'm trying to think of anything after I talked to you guys. I mean, I brought up Jalen Hurts throwing in the hallway and stuff. I think I told you guys that. And obviously then he put on a pretty good performance on the field on whatever evening that was. So that was cool. I guess the biggest storyline Iowa-wise probably after Wirfs was AJ having not a great testing performance. I don't know how unexpected that was, but we knew he's not the most explosive guy if you're talking edge rushers. We knew that. He's not a Von Miller. He's not, probably Myles Garrett. So, but I don't know. I think it's kind of overblown to say he's going to for sure drop out of that first round. Like, he's obviously got good enough tape to put him in first round talk, and it kind of just depends on what team wants to take a chance on.
Well, I saw that latest mock draft that he fell because of his combine. No longer in the top, 15.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't surprise me. I feel like, I don't know if I talked to Bucky Brooks from the NFL Network yet, but I interviewed him, and he said, he's a back half of the first round guy is where Bucky Brooks thought. He just said, the guys that have the combination of technique, speed, and power at, the defensive end position or the edge position, those are the guys that go top 10. And obviously Epin's got the technique, he's got the power, it's just his speed that is really the biggest question. in which case he's got 2 of those 3. He'll probably be more of a, pick 20, high 20 to the end of the first round. Is kind of what Bucky Brooks thought. I tend to agree. I think there's teams like a Seattle, Baltimore, any of those where they want a guy that's versatile, that can move inside, can play outside, and is really technically sound. And I think, AJ fits that mold. So I think that's kind of, I'd say the last 10 picks of the first round is probably where you'd be looking.
Anything else? Any other stories that you got at the Combine? Did you hear any rumors? I mean, what was talked about at the hotel lounges?
I guess the big one I think this was the last day I was there. I did, Wirfs did obviously unbelievable at the Combine, but I think he was a scout. I couldn't tell you which team. They were talking to each other in the hallway when I was just kind of hanging out. And he said, pertaining to Mekhi Becton, he said, that's the best offensive tackle tape I've seen in years. So take that for what it's worth. I think obviously Wirfs is almost a lock to go top 10, but I think Becton's probably the first tackle off the board unless somebody, unless that isn't the most popular opinion. But I think the combination of his size, the way he moves, and what he did last year, that was the first year that Louisville's coach kind of got in there, got him on a weight program, monitored, what he did, and I think that really helped, and that really made that kid blossom. So that was an interesting one with how well Wirfs did. To still hear somebody say how good of a tackle prospect Becton is. So that'll be interesting. I think they'll be the 1 and 2 off the board. And then and just some casual conversations. I think the biggest thing, we talked quarterbacks last week, obviously that's kind of where everybody's focused. The biggest thing with Tua that I think teams need to figure out is he going to be injury prone? I think he's got the tools. He's a leader. He's performed at the highest level at Bama, but, he's been hurt every year he's been there. And he's obviously going to play guys that are bigger, faster, and stronger. And, is that going to scare some teams away from taking him in the top 5, top 6? So that, to me, is an interesting question, because I think if he falls below that 5-6 range that we talked about, somebody's going to jump up and get him at, the bottom of the top 10. I don't think he falls on the top 10. But, the biggest availability is the best quality, or whatever the saying is, So I feel like, we talk about with Buxton and the Twins, like, this guy's got a 5-2 player, but he can't stay on the field. Percy Harvin, same thing. All the athletics and, all the traits you want in a football player, he couldn't stay on the field. So I think that's maybe, those 2 things to me are kind of the most intriguing things. If Becton is a solid top 5 pick as the first tackle off the board, and then what team, decides that they're not going to worry about Tua's injury history in that top 5.
You're on your way up to Des Moines to cover the North Scott Lady Lancers. Let's talk a little bit about basketball. The game the other night at Carver on senior night. How was the post media with Fran?
It wasn't a sky is falling type thing. He was happy with how they competed. I just think, we kind of got conflicting opinions after the game. We asked the guys if Purdue's just a bad matchup for them. They got smoked at Mackey. They come here, they really were down between 10 and 17 points most of that game. Is it just a bad matchup? Brian Creeder said, we haven't played well against Purdue in all the years I've been at Iowa. It's just something about it. He's like, there's teams that we match up with. We think we match up with Illinois really well, he said. We played well against them over my career. He goes, but then, you go to Garza. Garza said, no, it's not a matchup problem at all. We're just not playing well against them. So, I tell you what, they don't want to see them in the 6-11 game. If they're the 6th seed in the Big Ten tournament, like, Purdue's probably the last team Iowa wants to face, because, quite frankly, they outworked them, and I think the way they play, their tempo, they get back on defense, they slow the game down. Iowa doesn't do well in half-court games. We've seen that, whether it was Purdue both times, Wisconsin gave them troubles, and obviously San Diego State also played a little slower tempo, and they handled them well early in the season. So that's the biggest takeaway. I think Sunday is going to be a battle, obviously. I think they know that. I'd be surprised if Illinois wins at Ohio State tonight. So, Iowa wins, they get the double bye. they lose, they're probably that 6th seed. So that's kind of where they're at. I think it's all about matchups. It really is. Like, I could see Iowa going into the semifinals of that Big Ten tournament. I could see them losing the first game if they're matched up with the wrong team. It's just the Big Ten's too deep to just say, oh, they're going to get to X, Y, and Z. Like any of the top 11 teams can beat each other, and that's why that double bye, I feel like, is going to be huge to determine who gets to the finals.
You're going to be up there next weekend?
Yep, we'll head over there day before, whenever Iowa plays, so either Thursday or Wednesday.
And then are you going to stay up there in Des Moines, or are you coming back after the game tonight?
No, I'll be back tonight, so should be. I mean, actually, this to me is more interesting than if North Scott makes the finals, because I was doing a little intel, and Center Point Urbana, they've lost 2 games by 3 points this year. That's their only 2 losses. I think one was to Marion, and I can't remember who the other one was. So I would think this could be North Scott's toughest test. I know the other side of the bracket, there's an undefeated team from the Council Bluffs area, but I would be surprised if this one is, if they do another blowout like they've been all year. So I think this could be the most interesting game of the weekend for the Lancers.
What time is that game tonight?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. All right. And then, so are you going to be doing a pre-tape?
What do you mean?
For the WHBF, for the news, because you'll be already on, they'll be playing it when you're on they'll be live when 6 o'clock news comes on.
We'll have the highlights we'll have the highlights at 6, and then the full post game, the wrap and everything at 10, and then at 9 on Fox. So should be good. Like I said, it could be. I think this is the most interesting matchup for them over in Des Moines. And then we'll see. We'll see next week what it brings. I'm going to Champaign Sunday, putting the miles on this car. I'll tell you that much.
Is it the new one?
Sunday. Yeah, it's the new ride. Thank you, Zimmerman Honda.
Good job. Nice job.
Oh, that's great.
So, yeah, I've already put almost 2,000 miles on it because, Indian back, Champaign and back for the Illinois wrestling, Des Moines and back here. Obviously, Iowa City. Then we'll be back in Indianapolis, back in Champaign, and then depending on where Iowa is placed, it could be a drivable situation going to St. Louis, Omaha, Cleveland. Otherwise, we'll be flying to one of the other 5 sites. So we'll see. I mean, this is obviously a great time of year. Everything ramping up. We got all the Illinois side tomorrow too for the playoffs. So it's going to be a busy 3 weeks here for sports in the Quad Cities. That's for sure.
Speaking of Illinois, Rosso, what do you think the Hawkeyes' chances are going down to Champaign for the final game of the year?
I do think they're a good matchup. Like I said, I think they match up pretty well with the way Illinois plays. Obviously you'd have to think Illinois is the favorite just because they're playing in Champaign. Home teams really good in the Big Ten still, even with the recent, few road teams have been winning. I think it's going to come down to the wire. I really think the key is they need to have somebody else on the perimeter, whether it's Frederick and Wieskamp, whether it's McCaffrey and Wieskamp, whether it's McCaffrey and Frederick. There needs to be more than just one guy hitting shots. So the other night, Matt Painter even said after the game, you got to kind of pick your poison. So they were letting Connor, Joe Toussaint, Bakari Evelyn, they were letting those guys have open shots, saying, all right, if you guys can make them all game, you're going to beat us. I think that's been the formula, right? That's how they lost at Nebraska. That's how they lost to Purdue both times. That's how they lose these games. They need these role players to step up. Connor was been great all year, but he was 2 of 8 shooting the other night. Joe had 10 points, but he only took 7 shots. So they got to have another player on the perimeter. If you got Garza scoring 25 and Frederick with 15, you need somebody else, whether it's Connor or Joe, to get into that, 15-point range to really be able to take some pressure off the rest of the offense. Because I think that's the way I was going to get defended from here on out. They're going to throw different looks at Garza, be up on Frederick and Wieskamp. One of them probably will get some buckets just because of the way Fran runs the offense. But it's that third option. And quite frankly, that's where they missed Bohannon, because you couldn't do that. If you have Frederick, Bohannon, Wieskamp, you can't really help off one of those guys. But the other night, the double teams were coming from Bakari Evelyn's man, from C.J. Frederick's man, from Connor McCaffrey's man. They were staying on Wieskamp, forcing him to put the ball on the floor. So I think that's the way you're going to see it from here to the end of the season, whether it's first-round game of the tournament, whether it's Sweet 16, whether it's the opening round game of the Big Ten. I think teams are going to have to defend that way, and it's going to be up to Wieskamp, Frederick, McCaffrey, and others to really pull together and be efficient on offense. Not necessarily score 20, just be efficient when they get their opportunities, get to the foul line, or get to the basket, or knock down their open shots.
All right, my friend. I appreciate your time. I want you to drive safe while you're getting up to Des Moines, and drive safe coming back. And we'll try to figure out a time to talk to you maybe before you leave to go to Indy next week if you have the time for us.
Yeah, definitely. You bet. We will figure it out. Always love coming on and rapping with you guys. You know that.
All right. Be
Thanks,
safe,
buddy.
You take care.
At least somebody does.
Thanks, Rosso. All right. Yep, bye. All right, that's Adam Rosso from WHBF TV, Hawkeye headquarters, all that stuff, but he's going up to cover the Iowa Class 4A Iowa State basketball tournament semifinal game, and the only way you can watch that is online. It's not going to be on regular television. The finals will be viewed, so he said it's going to be a good game. Metcalf alluded to it yesterday as well, that this will probably be the biggest test for them, for the North Scott Lady Lancers. So if you're going to do that, go ahead and watch that online. Go to IGHSAU.org, Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union.org for that. We'll be right back after this word.
Front Street Brewery is the oldest brew pub in Iowa. Nestled right along the bank of the Mississippi. Been serving Davenport with fine beers since 1992, like the Davenport Gold, the Wise Guy, the Raging River, and the Cherry Bomb Blonde. Check out the Facebook page for food and drink specials, or visit the webpage at www.frontstreetbrew.com. That's Front Street Brewery, the restaurant, 208 East River Drive, or the tap room in the Freight House Complex.
This is Josh Sides, head coach, St. Ambrose University Esports. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
When storm damage hits, All Major Restorations is your insurance claim specialist. Loose or missing shingles, dented siding, or damaged windows. All Major Restorations of the Quad Cities works with your insurance company, making the process quick and easy. The insurance company has people fighting for them. Let All Major Restorations work for you. Residential, commercial, and industrial. There's a reason they have an A+ accredited Better Business Bureau rating. Storm damage estimates are always free. Visit amrestorations.com. All Major Restorations of the Quad Cities.
Very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
Roy, who is feeling older every day, and I think this is universal for people in sports, that you sort of can calendar your own age by guys you saw growing up playing when you loved sports, having kids who are now playing sports. But Roy has never felt older than he did during the break when, very sadly, he just said to me, Frank Gore's kid has enrolled at Southern Miss, and it's the first time you can remember an active athlete of any sort having a kid, but it's only because Frank Gore has been in the league 4 yards at a time since 1982.
He's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere.
Why would you when you still get 4 yards?
Frank Gore Jr. is going to put it on the poll, Antonio. Is Frank Gore Jr. going to retire from football sooner than Frank Gore Sr.?
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Back by popular demand, Gobo Productions presents One Night of Queen. Since forming in 2002, Gary Mullen and the Works have performed to sellout audiences all over the world. And now they're back in the USA for a brand new tour. One Night of Queen is a spectacular live concert recreating the look, sound, and showmanship of arguably the greatest rock band of all time. You'll hear classic Queen numbers including We Will Rock You, Fat Bottom Girls, Another One Bites the Dust, Bohemian Rhapsody, and We Are the Champions. One Night of Queen, performed by Gary Mullen and the Works. This show will rock you.
Coming to the TextLayer Center March 18th. Tickets are on sale now at the TextLayer Center box office and Ticketmaster.com. Presented by Town Square Media.
The Will Kane Show.
I don't think there's any hard and fast rule here. It's not that you have to win while your quarterback's on a rookie deal. I don't want to pay Dak $40 million because you don't have to. What I would argue is this: get a good deal. The main thing to do is avoid paying average quarterbacks as though they're great. That's when teams get in trouble. There's no hard and fast rule except don't be a moron. The commodity or the quality that's in short supply in every walk of life is self-awareness. Who am I? How good am I? What am I worth? And I think that teams honestly aren't self-aware enough about their window, how good they are, and how good their quarterback is. My biggest lesson, honestly, Fitz, is not, oh, you got to win with a quarterback on a rookie deal. It's not pay Dak, but don't pay him 40. It's just play smart business. Don't overpay. Be self-aware. Who is your guy and pay him at that rate.
The Will Kane Show, 2 till 5 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Ace Muffler Clinic has been serving the Quad Cities area for over 60 years. There's a reason why our customers continue to trust us with their vehicles. We can fix almost anything. We can fix your muffler, tune your brakes, change your oil, change your tires, replace your battery, customize your exhaust, tune your engine, repair your suspension, replace your radiator and your water pump. Align your automobile, refill your transmission fluid, and change your filters. And we believe in doing all those things right the first time. For fast, friendly service, visit Ace Muffler Clinic at 4th Ave and 15th Street in Rock Island.
Know the lines, hear from the experts, and get your bets ready. Don't hassle us. We're Local is your source for all things sports gambling. Noon to 2 on ESPN 1170 AM.
All right, we're back to finish out the show.
Monday, we're going to have a guest in, Tori McGeehan. She's the owner and operator of Thick Kitchen, and it's based locally here in the Quad Cities. Tori is a 2015 Kendall College graduate with a degree in the sciences of baking and pastry.
And it's called what kitchen?
Thick. T-H-I-C-C.
Thicker than a milkshake.
She's a lot of fun. I've been talking with her. She's going to come in. She's going to bring some baked goods, pastries. She specializes in like specialty cakes. She does believe that, she's got her degree from Kendall College, and she believes food is a science. And she uses her skill to take
it's medicine.
To take your vision if you want like a specialty cake made, and she makes a custom made baked goods and pastry.
Put it in my belly.
Yeah.
What's your favorite kind of cake, Leah?
I don't eat cake.
What?
I do not like cake. I don't like ice cream either.
On Monday, you might have to have some. The thing is this: obviously, there's birthday parties coming up,
First of all,
celebration.
red velvet cake
There's
is
graduations coming up, and Bomber, you just said you spent $40 on a sheet cake at Hy-Vee. I'm telling you to get a hold of Thick Kitchen, T-H-I-C-C Kitchen, and you can go to their webpage, go to their social pages, and see some of the pictures that they have. Or some of the things she does.
Thick
Even
Kitchens aren't ruining
you can
people's
get her to be like a private chef for an event.
What? You can get a chef?
Yeah, she can do that. She has all that on her social media pages, or you can call her directly at 309-948-3140, and she'll be in on Monday.
At your party. Damn it, children.
Yeah, right.
And for that, we also want to thank Tim Hernandez, new sponsor of the show. He wants you to be healthier and have more energy and get better sleep with ID Life. It'll also help you achieve more focus. ID Life is a health and wellness company that is revolutionizing the industry with customized nutrition. The name stands for Individually Designed Life and was founded on the principle that no two people are alike, so everyone has unique nutritional needs. Tim Hernandez is your guy in the Quad Cities to offer you personalized guidance that is tailored specifically to your health factors and personal goals. Any health problems that might be holding you back, they have doctors and scientists that develop what nutrients you should be taking and what supplements will benefit you most. Go to qchealth.idlife.com to sign up for an unconditional, no questions asked, 30-day money-back guarantee, or call Tim Hernandez at 563-508-7221, and he can show you what makes the ID Life different is you. There you go. T-Roy.
I need to do that. Is that where they do it, like your blood type and stuff?
I need to do something.
You need to get a hold of him and find out.
I know. I need to do that.
I'm not saying there you go, T-Roy, like you need to do something. Don't think I'm implying. That's not exactly all. We got an invitation today to a pickleball tournament.
Yeah.
But it's a different type of one. It's just a dink tournament where you just stand in front of the kitchen. That's the line that you're not supposed to right in front of the net. And you just go dink, 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 and you lose till someone do it. And he goes, you can get that Randy, who's been on the show. He goes, you can get that guy on there that said he wanted to beat you in pickleball. And I was like, no, he kept saying that he didn't want to play because he thought I just was setting him up to beat him. He said, either way, bring your partner in. So maybe we will. Maybe we'll. I said, maybe the tournament's it's at the fitness center.
Will.
Yeah, March 27th at 9. And he goes, yeah, you'll be done by 9. I go,
Is that you?
noon.
Yeah, Jay wants to embarrass me in pickleball.
No, we would be partners.
What is pickleball?
It's like a cross between ping pong and tennis, but it's played on a court, and you use a wiffle ball and a wooden paddle. Actually, the good ones use more than just a wooden paddle.
It's what the old guys play at the Y.
Yes.
Okay.
But you
Got
don't
it.
have to be old.
Oh.
No.
She likes old guys.
I like older guys.
She's into Malakas.
I like,
It's
like
a lot
somebody
of
who
fun.
can teach me something.
There are some things I don't realize.
Like
'cause they-
pickleball.
Yeah, I see Randy at the fit. I was there today working out, and he said, he said like, oh, didn't you want to do? I was like, dink, I don't want to stand there. I want to run around. He goes, I didn't know you wanted to run around. And I said, yes, that's why I can't play doubles because people will be mad at me because I'm running all over the place. He's like, no, we need guys like you. He's like, I have a bad knee.
Yeah.
I need to just get up to the line, and you need to run around and get
They're
the ones
going
that
to
get
use
past
you
me.
for your tenacity.
That's right.
Yeah. See, I'll get the ones that can go over your head. You get all the ones that go around me.
Oh.
See?
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go up to the net and you got that long wingspan of yours, nothing's going to get over your head. And if it does, I'll run and get it, put a little backspin on it. We might have something.
This is
going
to be adorable. I think I want to be there and film it.
Until I get hit.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
that
we
would
should
be
hurt,
pretty
too,
good.
'cause
I
Those,
got quick
those balls are hard, aren't they? They're
Not that
rubbery,
It's a
but they're
wiffle
hard.
ball.
No, is handball pickleball without the weapon?
No, handball's like
Handball's a
Rack-
rubbery
racquetball.
ball. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a racquetball.
yeah.
ball.
I get all those confused.
But you only have you have a wall, and sometimes they have like a quarter length of
Yeah,
wall.
and racquetball you gotta wear protective eyewear.
Do you guys have bridge club after?
No. I wish. I don't know how to play bridge though.
How dare you?
Sorry.
I don't know how to play bridge.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You never played bridge?
Mm-mm.
That's not that hard.
Um.
What about what's the one with the rubber with the wooden thing on the
Croquet.
peg?
Croquet?
No, the pegs.
I thought that was bridge.
Card game.
Oh.
I know what you're talking about.
It's,
Cribbage.
Cribbage. Yeah, that's a fun one too.
I've
There
never
were,
played that.
there were some guys that would get in some serious happy hour cribbage games at Burke's in Cedar Falls.
Yeah.
When I work happy hour every Monday, come in, you'd have to get out the cribbage board for him.
My grandma used to have parties.
Happy hour, old men happy hour guys are strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
it's
what's even more strange? I'm intrigued by them. The people who hang out at gas stations.
Don't get me
What?
started.
Like,
Why
what do you
do
mean
guys
hang
always
out?
They
hit
just
on
hang
girls
out.
at gas stations?
And they'll talk to the attendant that's there, and they'll just have a coffee or whatever else.
They have
Everyone's-
booths there, and they sit in the booth and they read the paper. And
Yeah,
they'll-
I
let's
remember
talk
back in the day, the only place you go play a video game was at the gas station.
No, there are people like there. I
God,
just
how
went,
old are you
I just went and got.
Pretty old.
I just went and got. I got a. By the way, I got a few years now. A birthday party for Hazel for you to do, a place to go.
All right.
But I went and got a couple of monsters at the gas station down the street. Guys just hanging out, talking
Yeah,
to
I've
them
seen
about
it too.
talking about the biscuits that they have in this warmer, and I was like, nope. And it's funny because you mentioned about the Quick Start food, and I was like, would you eat sushi from a gas station?
Heck no. You couldn't pay
But I'll tell you
me.
what, the Quick Star, like they got like their fried chicken and their fried
couldn't.
tenders are good.
I don't know.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, and their mashed potatoes and gravy,
Oh, I
feared.
love me some mashed potatoes and gravy.
It's
though.
feared, and their mac and cheese, feared.
I get the beef jerky.
Do you get the
though.
mac and cheese at the Quick
They-
Start
they
that's already in the
literally,
frozen thing that you have to dump
year-round-
it in the boiled water?
No, they have it like they serve it up hot and ready to go.
Okay.
And then year round they have the the McRib.
This is great.
The year round they have basically the same thing.
Uh-huh.
They have the rib sandwich, which is the McRib.
What gas station is this?
Quick Star.
Quick Star.
I don't live by a Quick Star, you guys.
Don't have
They
to
haven't
live by
gone to
one.
Illinois yet. Wait till as soon as
Yeah.
one comes up. Trust
There's
me.
gonna be like Starbucks.
They attacked Iowa because Casey's pissed them off.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Casey's wasn't supposed to go to Wisconsin, and they weren't supposed to come here. Casey's went to Wisconsin. They said, "Gloves off, sucker."
Oh man.
And boy, did they ever.
They
Now it's
took
a
them
rivalry.
off.
They're
And
all
by
over
the
the
way,
place.
they're called Quick Trip in Wisconsin. Quick Star here.
Quick Trip.
Yeah,
Okay, I've
because
seen
the
those.
QT Quick Trip here has the Quick Trip, quote unquote, thing, so they can only be Quick Star here.
I used to, the thing with the jerky, like at the checkout, the
Yeah.
plastic. I used to get that until I saw a trucker reach in there with the filthiest hands I've ever seen in my entire life. Like pulled out a bunch and then let a few drop and just pulled one out. Never again.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, but I used to love those. Ruined it for me.
Tomorrow, we've got Adam coming in, and boy, I tell you what, we're gonna have to beg him to bring in what they have there, what Front Street's having on tomorrow on tap.
The vanilla porter with the Oreos.
Oreo, yeah. It's like National Oreo Day, and
Did you see that?
No.
yeah, it's
now
like
I'm excited.
yeah, we have to beg those guys to bring that in.
You can play pickleball after and burn
They're
it
gonna
off.
they're gonna bring in. Hopefully, they're bringing
So
a little.
don't eat tomorrow.
Well, I don't know if he's bringing in food.
No.
But
Oh, by the way, I went down there last Friday when we had the day off,
yes.
and I had that andouille dip.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I love me some andouille.
Boing.
They're starting brunch this Sunday down there too.
What?
At Front Street, they're starting brunch this Sunday.
They did a hell of a job with the renovation. By that's the first time I had been in
Gotta get in there, man.
since they had the remodel from the flood. I know we're running out
All
of
right.
time here, but it was beautiful. By the way, the Front Street did an outstanding job down there. Service was great. Everything was so beautiful, and the food was great as usual.
National Oreo Cookie Day, National White Chocolate Cheesecake Day. So that together they made a white chocolate Oreo cheesecake porter.
Yeah, bring
That'll be
it.
tomorrow.
Adam, please.
And then I'm going to reach out to Doug Bland, see if he has time to come in and coach Ross to talk about the IFL.
Are we going to guess some lines?
And we're guessing the lines too. We're guessing the lines. We're picking our XFL
guess the
picks.
lines.
Yeah.
While we eat Oreos.
Yep. All right, you guys have a hassle-free day. We will see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy yourselves, Quad Cities.
Love, peace,
Take care.